in the corner. Nobody feels baby in the corner.
Yeah.
At backside attack.
Advic Sabe.
Wow, how many starts do we have there?
That's 3.
That's the 3rd start.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. It's tough. It's hard out there for a pimp.
Yeah.
Never
Trying to start podcasts early?
trying to start a podcast early.
Yep.
No. Not unless you're not a pimp. Well, we're not pimps.
No, we started I know this is the 6:30 on the dot.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, that's a nice, like we usually start
Yeah.
at like 6:30, attempt to.
Attempt to.
And then by like 6:45 we're good to go.
Yeah. Usually
But,
depending on what time I get here. Hopefully if I'm not running late.
You're usually pretty good.
Yeah.
You're almost always on time. Not today though. You were early today.
Yeah.
You weren't just on time, you were on time plus.
Yeah, I went to go see. I told you I went to go see a personal trainer, just to get an idea of how much it would cost and what that would entail and stuff. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But this is not an Orange Theory personal trainer. This is
I quit Orange Theory.
Oh, get out of town.
I said I was going to do it.
You said you were. But I mean, like, you also said you weren't going to get an S20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I quit. Yeah.
But you quit.
I'm
Wow.
done. April 11th is my last day.
That is impressive. April 11th is the last last day that you can go.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're finished.
I'm finished. Yeah. Then after that, I can focus on just doing it by myself.
I can focus on life.
Yeah. Do it by myself.
Living my best life on my own. But I mean, you already have a pretty good knowledge base.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think I kind of explained to the lady at the place I just came from. She's a personal trainer. I just told her, like, she's like, what do you do? And I kind of like just laid on the line. Like I just said, these are my workout habits and stuff like that. And I said, there's obviously room for improvement. But then she said, she's like, you're pretty much already in shape.
Did she give you the up and down and be like, ain't no room for improvement here?
Yeah.
Shake her head at the Z-snap?
No, I did that.
Was she a sassy black lady?
No, I did that.
Oh, okay. You're not a sassy black lady.
No, but I said it that same, the way you said it, I said the same thing to her.
That's pretty good.
That was my icebreaker.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And then she looked at me like, just get out. Yeah. And then
I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah. So yeah, she just said you don't really need to do anything. And like, if anything, like I said, I want to increase strength, stay lean.
Well, you're not obese. You're not out of shape. You are in shape. You just want to tighten up some of the nuts and bolts.
Yeah, when she said you're already in shape, I was like,
why?
I don't need to
playing with nipples. What is this? Why is that for?
Yeah.
She's not going to be like, hey, buddy.
Yeah, you want to fine tune everything.
You want to fine tune it all, the radio dial.
Yeah, but she said she's like, you're pretty much already in shape. All you want to do is improve. I was like, yeah. But then she said that, and I was like, I can jump up myself.
Yeah, you can do a lot by yourself. But at the same time, I think the personal trainers they have a purpose.
No, they do. They definitely do.
Yeah.
But I think not for me.
Yeah, if you're motivated to do it yourself.
Yeah, like if Elon Musk can like launch a rocket by just reading other books, I'm pretty sure I can become a little bit stronger just by reading.
That is the new man on the moon.
Yeah,
we can put a man on the moon, but I can't get into a gym.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, you're pretty good at staying in the gym.
With the equipment I have at home, my biking and my new profound like epiphany of running.
Yeah.
I think I should be okay.
Your new zest for life.
Yeah.
With all your gear, you're gonna be okay.
We'll see.
Well, we were talking about that earlier, how you kind of felt like maybe you overspent, but at the same time, we made the comment that like if you're gonna be in a triathlon or you're gonna be like a cyclist, you're probably gonna buy a bike that's over $1,000.
Well, also like I think of it this way too. It's like if you were gonna buy all those items separately, let's say one day you're like, yeah, I need those pants, right? We should just say that you bought a bunch of running gear. Yeah, I bought from On Running. I went to their website and I said, you know what, I need to get like I want to get like a comfortable running shirt. And then I need a nice hoodie for running in the morning. And then I only wear tights. I don't like wearing tights when I run, but I do like to cover my legs. So I was like, okay, they do have running pants. They look pretty good. Then and I saw their running shoes I can wear just for running. But the ones I bought, those white ones I showed you, those are good for like running, but they're also meant for like
almost like a cross trainer. Like a cross trainer,
right? So like and it's used in the gym and stuff like that, right? Whereas this one is a pure on running shoe. So yeah, like if I had bought all those things separately, then it'd be like, okay, that would, but I was like, why not just get all of them at once? Yeah, I mean, like I said, okay, but then
it's no different than buying an ice bike.
No, not really. Yeah, so there's just no bike.
There's just no bike. I mean, but these things are purpose built.
Yeah. If
you're gonna buy, there was that old school theory. I can't remember what it's called, and I can't remember who wrote it. But it's from like the 1910s or 20s. That's when you looked at the way people bought boots, who needed boots, compared to people who could afford nice boots. Like not so much the ultra wealthy versus the ultra poor, but the people who were in a better position to buy nicer gear compared to people who needed to get gear now to do a job to earn money. And there were these boots that had like a bad sole, a bad insole, a lot of rubber or a lot of cardboard, and not the best leather. Yep. So these guys were spending less money because they couldn't afford to buy nice shoes, and then those shoes were giving up sooner because they weren't great, right? And then for whatever kind of labor job they were doing. Whereas people who were higher up in position or in status or had more cash could buy a slightly nicer or more expensive shoe that was more expensive, but it would last way longer.
Yeah, way longer.
So who's spending more in the long run? This guy who is buying the cardboard insole shoe, or the guy who's buying like the what's it called, the rubber insole shoe, whatever they were using at the time, right?
It's kind of like the same thing with Vitamix. Like, you want to buy like just a regular blender, you're gonna go through 10 of them at the same time as like one Vitamix.
It's true, right? So I mean, you're dishing out what you're dishing out for the gear that you bought, but they're gonna last you longer. They're gonna save your feet. They're gonna keep you healthier.
Yeah, that's the one thing too. Like I was so used to running like
Adidas Sambas. Really not. I mean, they're nice shoes, man, but come on.
No, you're more right than you think. My Sambas, the ones I always wear, yeah, they're still in great condition. But look, remember,
so are mine.
But when I took them to New York,
and
I was walking like 20 kilometers a day,
dude, on concrete, hard pavement.
First two or 3 days, I gave up. My feet were just killing me.
Oh yeah,
and it tore the skin off my soles. And then by about after the third day, I was totally fine, but the damage was done. And now I'm like, now you know, like if you, like, I tell everyone, I'm like, if anyone's going to New York, like I that's the first thing I would say to them is like, take a good pair of walking shoes.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit what they look like? Just make sure they're comfortable.
Get yourself some black and purple Skechers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I actually know that exact comment about what you just made. Those black and purple Skechers. My mom went to New York, a big family trip. And I bought her a nice pair of shoes. She had a real nice pair of Merrells.
Yeah.
But those Merrells were purpose built for hiking and like trudging around.
Yeah.
Tighten them up and don't wear them for like more than a couple hours at a time.
Yeah.
They were like an approach shoe because she does a lot of that shit, right? But then in New York, that approach shoe, when it's tight around your foot the entire time, it's not a walking shoe on concrete. It's a hiking shoe.
It's a hiking shoe.
And it was great for her for hiking. She could go all around Banff and shit in those shoes. But then she gets to New York and she's like, my feet hurt. These are really nice shoes. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And she went and bought a nice pair of black and purple Skechers. They're not pretty. They look like an orthopedic nurse wears them. But man, she just ripped around New York in those things.
Oh, really?
No pain, right? So, I mean, like you said, they don't have to be pretty, but they got to do the job.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Actually, the weird thing is like we were talking about drones a little
earlier the other day.
So I was like showing my my dad my 4K TV. We're watching some like 4K footage about like just Iceland or whatever it was, and he's like
drone footage.
Yeah, drone. And then because he asked, I said all that stuff is filmed with a drone, and he said he goes, oh, my dad's like, then it piqued his interest. And I said I'm thinking about getting a drone, and he goes,
do it.
Then he's like yeah, that's what he said. He said you should. Those things are great.
I'm in.
Yeah, he's like you could do everything with them. Because the photography is great.
It's remarkable.
And so I said, yeah, I'm probably gonna get one. So with that my extra credit that I got from Best Buy, I think I might put that towards a drone.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
They have some nice ones there too.
Yeah.
Everything, like if you watch Netflix these days or anything, like almost every Netflix production, because maybe it's the trendy thing to do, they're all using a drone. Like if you look at what used to be a helicopter shot back in the day, or even those crazy high crane shots they used to do.
Yeah.
Now they're just strapping on like a GH5 and an overpowered drone and just
because you don't
going, right?
Yeah, because you don't need a monitor, right?
Well, I mean, depends on what setup you've got.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you kind of know your shot and you've got a wide angle lens, and then you've got your phone right there, like your phone's gonna be your monitor. It's gonna send it back.
Oh, okay.
Depending on how close you are to it.
Yeah.
These days they're better and better. So I mean, you can connect them pretty well.
Yeah. So
but, you don't need to buy like an external, like an Archos or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't. I think that's gonna be my new purchase. Then I'm probably then I have to upgrade my computer. So.
Yes and no. I mean, these days as well, like I've got some software I'll just throw your way, but like DaVinci Resolve is really good. I think maybe you might have to upgrade for DaVinci Resolve because the new version.
My computer is pretty old.
It's pretty old.
Yeah.
I also have the oldest, like an older version. I think I've got 13.
Yeah.
Or 12, which would probably run on your machine.
Yeah.
But for anybody who does want to get into editing, DaVinci Resolve is free and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's I don't like being like, I'm not gonna trash Adobe Premiere because I use Adobe Premiere every day.
Yeah.
And I really like it. It's my go-to piece of editing software. But for what you can do, like on Resolve, it doesn't make any sense for somebody to spend the monthly fee now for like Creative Cloud. Creative Cloud, I think it's going to be like $8 or $9 a month.
How much is Final Cut per month?
No, Final Cut's you pay one time.
One time?
There's no subscription.
Oh, yeah, that's
to
right.
it.
Yeah.
Adobe is getting cracked a lot. Adobe is getting a lot of software stolen, so I understand why they did it. But at the same time, there's better software out there now that's cheaper.
Yeah.
And does pretty much what the average person is going to do. Like I can get if you're like a hardcore creator to spend the money on Adobe Premiere, especially because with Creative Cloud you can be editing on one machine and then leave that at home or leave it at work and then be at work or home and do the same work. So that cloud is there. Yeah. But really, like for the average person, DaVinci Resolve is so much software. Like it's just so much.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna be just fine with that.
What kind of computer would you recommend for having to do that kind of editing on?
Not so much the kind of computer, but you gotta have a pretty big
I guess like specs wise.
Specs wise, yeah. You want to get like these days the i9s are they're still kind of iffy. You can get by on an i7. Really, it's more about the speed, right? You can do it in an i5. I mean, if you've got like a decent i5 with like a lot of RAM, RAM is your big one. People will say that your graphics card is the most important thing to have.
Yeah.
When you're actually rendering the footage, when it's sitting there on its own and you've hit that export button, it's your GPU or your CPU is going to do a lot of the work, right? So if you've got like 24 gigs of RAM on like an i5 that's running like 2.5 to 3 gigahertz, you're going to do all right.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. The 7s, I don't know about the newest ones, but like depending on if you have hyper-threading or how many cores you've got, like a quad core with hyper-threading will probably, with like 2.5 gigahertz, we'll probably pull it off. I don't know. That's basically what I have. I can do 4K with really no problems.
Oh, okay.
I've got 24 gigs of RAM, so it's running pretty quick. It's not really an issue for me.
Okay.
But eventually, it's going to be. Like I can already tell now. Like sooner or later, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like I'm shooting more and more in 4K now, so I know like eventually it's gonna show up. Yeah. But I don't think that's still I think pretty far down the road.
Yeah. I guess if you cut like half an hour footage into like maybe a 10-minute video.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got like, let's just say for example, if you want to do,
let's say you have 30 minutes of raw footage.
30 minutes of raw footage,
and you want to cut it into like a 10-minute 4K video.
That's usually how it goes, like YouTube stuff, right? Like travel footage.
Yeah.
And you've got 4K 10 minutes. Yeah, you can get by with 16 gigs of RAM. I mean, again, even then, you can probably get by with 8 gigs of RAM. It'll just be longer. The rendering time might take you longer.
Yeah,
the computer's going to like get hotter, right? So, I mean, definitely get like a cooling mat.
Yeah.
Because like the fan's going to be working pretty hard. So, you can do it. I mean, you can do a lot of that kind of stuff on an iPad these days, right?
Yeah.
But your iPad's going to get warm. Like you're gonna end up with that kind of stuff. So, again, really, you can kind of get away with it with 8 gigs of RAM on like a high speed processor. I would recommend definitely like looking at a really good graphics card then to offload some of that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the visual stuff that you're going to be seeing is going to get offloaded. Like it won't do all the work because you're not playing a video game where graphics are intensive or heavy, right? You are really doing like a brain work more than show me work when you're editing video. So you get, like I said, 16 gigs will do it with a decent GPU, like even like a GTX can pull that off. You don't need like ray tracing to
it's true.
do video editing.
Yeah, because I'd rather because I'm trying to think of like what hardware to get. So it's either like I'm gunning it down to like a laptop. I would like to do it on a laptop. Okay, so if I'm doing it on a laptop, okay, that part's taken care of. Now, do I do it on there's 3 ways to do it. It's either Windows or Mac, right? So do I get like a laptop from like Memory Express?
Yeah.
Do I get a Surface?
Yeah.
Or do I get a MacBook Pro?
I wouldn't do anything on a Surface. There's not enough, and there's not enough room to grow.
Not on a Surface Pro, like a 2-in-1. I'm thinking like the Surface laptop.
The laptop. Oh yeah. Anything that you can add more RAM to. Okay. I don't know if the Surface Pro is like locked in, if it's like soldered RAM or not.
Don't know.
I wouldn't even touch a Mac. Honest to God, I like Macs quite a bit. They're pretty easy to use. I don't like the fact that as soon as I open it up, it's like, well, how do I change the RAM? It's like, guess what? You can't.
Yeah.
It's basically an iPad with a keyboard attached to it.
Yeah.
Without a touchscreen. That's what Macs are now. So I wouldn't even go near a Mac. I would go to Memory Express and tell them, or you know what, even go to Best Buy and pick up the nicest gaming computer they got. I mean, like if you pick up like a Republic of Gaming laptop or I think that's Acer, right? Acer is ROG. No, Asus is ROG. Asus makes Republic of Gaming. And you pick up or like an Acer V Nitro. The black edition, I think, comes now with 24 gigs of RAM, and it's got like a pretty nice GPU. For what you're going to do, that'll probably take care of most of your problems.
How much are those running? Ballpark.
top line, like top end, probably $2,400.
Okay.
Lower end, maybe 17, 18.
Okay.
Around that.
All right.
So I mean, it's not gonna, if you're serious about doing the work, it's not gonna destroy your bank. But at the same time, like it is one of those things where you look at it and you're like, that's a lot.
Oh no, yeah,
it's a lot of cheddar.
Yeah, if I'm gonna go down that road, I'm like, I know those are the expenses that come with it.
Yeah.
But
and again, this is just like what I'm talking about is an average idea of what you need.
Yeah.
People can always be like, nope, I can do it with this. Or they'll be like, man, you need all this shit. And you probably do, depending on how far you want to go or how little you want to do. Like there's a lot of ways to do this.
Yeah.
It's not like video editing and video work and then photo editing is not like an exact, like you need this exact thing. And that's how you're going to do it. I mean, there was a time when people would say things like, well, if you don't have a full frame camera, I don't want to talk to you. Yeah. But it's like APS-C is pretty great. Yeah. And Micro Four Thirds is growing even better. It's getting bigger and bigger, right? If you've got good glass and you're not like dealing with a lot of chromatic aberration with your camera and you're producing good, high quality images, I don't give a shit what you've got. If you've got a great artistic eye, I couldn't care less what you've got. If you understand what your shutter speed means to your focal length, I don't care what you've got. Like there's a lot of guys out there who will tell you this is what you need. And they'll look at you, be like, APS-C, hit the road, homie. But no, man, it's not like that anymore. So anybody who tries to tell you that you need the biggest and the best and your shit doesn't stack up, yeah, I would go and make good content and shove it in their face and be like, my content's better than yours. Like I'm driving my Ford Pinto like a Ferrari and you're driving your Lamborghini like a grandma drives a smart car. Yeah. Like you've got a real nice setup there. Yeah, that makes sense. So like a lot of guys will do that. They'll have real nice gear, but they create shit. I just say, even with your smartphone, man, if you've got the passion to create good content, create good content. And if your gear isn't the best, like there's a really good video right now online. I think everybody should look at it. It's by Google searching or YouTube searching the toolbox fallacy. And the idea is that everything that you've got, it's like you keep saying, I'll make good content when I have good gear. And that's bullshit. You should be making good content now. And your content might not be as great as what it can be in the future, but make great content now. Always be creating something that contributes to the happiness of somebody else, if that's what you want to do. Yeah. It doesn't matter if your computer's not great or your camera's not great or whatever. You've got a supercomputer. You just bought a supercomputer. I mean, and you've got a camera on that thing that puts most point and shoots to shame. All point and shoots to shame. Maybe not an RX. Maybe not a Sony RX. Those things are it's incredible. But you can do really good work now with what you've got, and you shouldn't be ashamed or embarrassed. And if somebody criticizes you, that's their own failure as a creator. If they're like, nope, you need to have this great stuff. It's like, nope, that's your concept as a creator. Yeah. I can do my own creative work here, and I can make it look really good. Yeah. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you've got. So never worry about what you're gonna get. Make good content now. Yeah. Edit your 8K footage on your phone that can edit 8K footage. Yeah. Because it can. Yeah. You know? I mean, it's got a native editor in there that can do it. So worrying about what you're gonna do with a laptop later on, as long as you've got that now, do it in there right now. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. This is all about just like, you know. Oh, I'm not gearing this towards you. I'm just saying that to get that out there. That's the vibe I'm getting. Well, no, it's not directed at you. I'm not trashing you for not creating good content. It's just I'm talking about people out there who will tell other people who are maybe, you know, worried about what gear should I get to make the best stuff. Yeah. It's like, look, man, you just worry about you. Make good content. Make people happy if that's your goal. Make people think if that's your goal. Make people question the system if that's your goal. Yeah. But if you've got a phone in your pocket these days, you can make really good content and not worry about the shit that you've got later on. I agree. Toolbox fallacy, man. Everybody should watch that video. It's incredible. He talks about Michael Mann, Jamie Foxx, Tom Cruise. What's that? The Hitman movie. Yeah. What about it? That's his main theories revolve around that. He talks about how Jamie Foxx's character is always looking at hey man, one day I'm going to get enough coins to go there and do this. Collateral. And the idea is that it's like you're never going to do it, man. Tom Cruise tells him like you're never going to get there. Yeah. Because you're always thinking about one day. Sell your cab, sell your house, sell your shit. You're by yourself. What's that line? He's like, "What the fuck are you still doing driving a cab?" Exactly. Yeah. Like if you're going to do it, you'd be doing it now. Yeah. So you should just do it now. Create good content now. Yeah. Don't tell me how later on. My cousin, man, I'll shout out to him too. Bike Dad on YouTube. He's got like a pretty good GoPro style setup. It's not a GoPro. He's got a pretty good bike. It's not the greatest bike, but he's out there grinding all the fucking time, like making content that he thinks people are going to be interested in, and just doing it because he can do it. Like just because, why not? Yeah. Now if he thinks to himself like I need a better bike, I need a better camera. I better have a better laptop to edit all this shit. He'll never do it.
Yeah.
He'll always be doing something else, right? But he's making good content because he can. He's got the ability to do it, so he just does it.
Okay.
Why not, man?
No, why not?
And DaVinci Resolve is free. Your phone you've got in your pocket. You've got a computer.
Yeah.
Do it. Make good content.
Yeah. Speaking of, I heard when I was at that lady who was at that fitness training place. She we were talking about like I mentioned you because you do she's training in jiu-jitsu, and I said, I do a podcast. The guy my friend who I do it with, he does Muay Thai, and he's really big into MMA. And she goes, and then we're talking about favorite fighters, and I said, Khabib's probably my favorite fighter, and she goes, I think that fight's gonna be shut down.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I think everything's being shut down.
Everything's being shut down.
Like right now,
again. Imagine if that fight gets shut down again.
Again, man. I mean, and not even because something those two guys did.
Yeah.
Because coronavirus.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, like the NBA just shut down. Was it Gobert?
Yeah, and Donovan Mitchell both have it.
Yeah, right.
On the same team.
They have it. They both have it. Kyle Lowry, you said today, tested positive.
He tested positive
because he was hugging all those guys after a little skirmish.
Fuck, man.
The NHL has just shut down. They suspended their season. So maybe we'll get some summer hockey.
Well,
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, the thing is, actually, they said the cases in China are actually going down.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I have theories on that too. I think the reporting has been bad because we don't know how much of that.
We don't know.
Like Russia says we got nothing. I think Russia's got a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
What was it? What did that director of I guess he's one of the directors for just for outbreak viruses. Like he was on Capitol Hill, and he was saying that basically saying that the government. He said it without saying it, but he's saying that the government is not. You guys are not acting fast enough.
Yeah.
And he said he goes, we have to look at these areas where it is not located. We have to look at those areas as well. And then he goes, Wayne Gretzky said it best. He goes, you don't go where the puck is. You go where the puck is going to be.
God, what a great line!
Yeah, that's
what a great line from a virologist.
Yeah.
What do they call a virologist? Virologist?
Yeah, whatever. Like
virologist.
Yeah. He deals with the bad shit.
But like, what a nice comment.
Yeah, so he said that, and then because the outbreak in Italy is pretty bad.
He's playing
the
cycle.
Yeah, because Italy is on basically a lockdown, right?
Oh yeah, like nobody out.
Yeah, United States is only weeks behind Italy when it comes to like the, I guess, severity speaking.
The number of cases, like per capita, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they're just weeks behind them.
That's rough, man. And now they've shut down all travel into outside of the UK. Nobody can come in.
No, yeah, except UK.
Except the UK.
Yeah,
which seems like very much a screw you EU.
Yeah,
I guess a very deliberate.
Exactly. So,
who knows? Is that even going to work? We don't know.
I don't know, man. I just think it's they interviewed people who've had it and they got over it, and they said one guy said it's better before it gets worse. So
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's
so you start feeling better.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he got really bad. Then he got pneumonia.
Oh, rough.
And then so he's like,
You're all kind of vibrations. Your phone.
So yeah, he just said it gets worse before it gets better.
Oh man. That's so it gets better.
Oh, sorry. You start off feeling fine,
and then worse, and then
better. Then you start feeling worse, and then you get better.
That's aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's weird too, and the planet's trying to kill us. That's what this is.
Yeah.
I mean, they knew that it's like, well, where's a large population? Give me a strange animal to eat. Pangolins? Well, we already have a coronavirus in pangolins, so let's just ramp this one up. So this is the planet just trying to get rid of us. But that's a joke. Calm down.
Calm down.
But at the same time, it's just like. It's just funky how it's almost like it kind of learned from the last few coronaviruses. What was it? Was SARS was a coronavirus.
There was SARS. There was
But SARS, you were contagious after you were sick. You'd be sick and it would be like he's got SARS, and then you get contagious.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you're contagious for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden you get hit by it, and then in that 2 weeks you've been touchy feely, you've been high fiving, hugging Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't know it. So then he gets sick after 2 weeks, right?
Then he gets sick, yeah.
So it's like it's reverse of that, which is just it's crazy how the planet's like, I've got a problem.
Yeah,
I'll take care of it.
It's trying to thin the herd. We won't let it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. There was. Did you watch Trump's Oval Office speech?
No, I got the gist of it.
Oh my god, it was
Was it pretty bonkers?
It was terrible.
Well, he's not. he's not able to convey human emotion.
Even before, there was like a snippet where he's like, he's getting his speech ready. They're like doing a testing on him, and they did a testing. They're like, okay, President Trump, count to 10. He's like 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they checked his nose, and he goes, and they caught it. I could show you the Twitter
written.
He went like this. He looked at it, and he's like, and I guess he made a mark or something.
Yeah.
And he went, oh fuck. Anybody got some white stuff?
Anybody had some white? When you need a whiteout? Whatever.
Yeah, he said out loud. He's like, "Oh fuck."
I think that's a anything you say about Trump now is almost like just beating a dead horse.
Yeah, who cares?
It's like we know he's a schmuck.
No one gives a shit about him.
The worst part about the coronavirus thing when it comes to leadership is it seems like and you can bash all of them. They've all been pretty bad at it. Mm-hmm. Like if you've got like a strong leader and then coronavirus comes in your country and this all starting like things are starting to break down. People are fucking buying toilet paper. Why? I don't know. All that stuff happens. A leader comes up and he's like, look, this is going to be rough, but we can all calm down because we're going to get through it. As a people, as a nation, my Obama voice, I'm going to say, we're all going to get it together.
But I'll give Obama one thing, though. He did actually, like, he had the ability to calm the nation.
To calm the nation.
He's like,
a lot of them do, though.
Yeah, a lot of them do. Like, actually, his predecessor,
well,
when it came to Katrina,
wrong on that.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like there's a hurricane. People are wet.
It's windy.
Yeah,
people are gonna
wind.
People don't like the shoulder shrug.
Yeah, they do the shoulder shrug, and then you're
no, he's
sore. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, he's like this. He's like,
he's always tight.
People are wet, and I was like, yeah. So he botched Katrina like fucking crazy, but Katrina was not a country-killing disease. So
yeah, that was so it was something different. But I think like if you've got strong leadership that can convey calm, properly, then people tend to then the kooks, the sandwich board people, they also don't get like freaked out. But now you've got a guy who's like, the world's ending, and then the sandwich board people, the kooks who follow you, they go kooky. They go full kook, and they spread out. They spread out, but virus.
Then they politicize it.
They politicize it, and it becomes its own little viral.
Yeah, because a competent leader would be like, you know what? He puts people in
jail. People.
Yeah, he calms the country down because he has like he hears from everything.
Yes,
like he'll hear. He can say with confidence because like, okay, this is what we're gonna do based on what Homeland Security is saying about this. What the medical field is saying about this. So he's like, he goes into groups. They come to conclusions. They'll be like, you know what, this because we're gonna do our best to do this, and we're gonna. We've
got systems in place.
Yeah, we're gonna have vaccines available for this. So we want to keep you guys in the loop.
Yeah, and that's a big part. The loop is a big part.
Yeah,
keep them in the loop. Make sure they understand. It's going to take a while, but we're going to get through it.
Exactly.
We're not like a developing nation. And we're going to help the developing nations. They're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. The world's going to heal. It's going to be fine. Everybody chill.
Yeah.
Were you here for H1N1? Like, I mean, I wasn't. That's a weird question. You were here for H1N1. You were in Canada. Was it this nuts? Because we were in Thailand when it happened.
No.
And we barely heard about it.
The thing is, like, people weren't as scared as they were that now.
I guess like instant tweeting wasn't there either.
Everything is like dialed up to 11 now.
Well, it's like Walking Dead is around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. I bet you there's some people. I caught myself thinking about it too. I'm like, okay, what happens when the zombies come?
Well, you're gonna get a shovel.
I'm gonna get a shovel.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
A shotgun is stupid. A crossbow is useless.
Yeah.
If anybody thinks that Daryl, whatever his name is, on Walking Dead, is walking around shooting one zombie, then shooting another zombie, and they're both running at him with a crossbow, you're out of your mind.
I know.
Crossbows don't work like that.
I'm actually moving to like the right in the middle of Texas. I'm living there because those people
all guns.
Like those people will protect you.
I've said it 1,000 times too, man. The zombie apocalypse started tomorrow. By tomorrow Friday? By next Friday, we're just walking around with shovels and carrying them in our trunks.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a public service announcement that says if you see a zombie, smack it in the head with a shovel, dig a hole, bury it, walk away. Make sure you get the head.
Yeah.
Bury it, walk away. And then it's going to get normalized, and they're all going to be gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I actually went to Superstore, and I went to I just wanted to go take a look at the toilet where the toilet paper is.
Yeah.
It was completely empty.
It's gone, man.
It's gone, and I was like, oh, whatever. So then I went to go pay for my stuff, and then I'm like, how much? I said to the lady there at the front. I said, how much toilet paper have you gone through today? And she's like, a lot. I said to her, like, people are idiots. And she's like, why? And I said, toilet paper's it's for drying. I'm like, it's not for cleaning. I'm like, that's why you have a bidet.
Oh yeah, you lucked out. You got a bidet.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's what it's for. And she's like, you have a bidet? And I said, don't you?
Oh, you. Yeah. That's...
I know. I didn't say that. I said you don't. That's what
you
I said.
don't.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't?
You don't?
Because
That's even more dickish.
No, I know.
Don't you?
It was a throwaway Archer line.
What? Yeah, it really was. But you are the guy in the commercial for bidets. That whole situation you just had was like, you don't know it because we're in a different dimension. But in a different dimension on the Rick and Morty TV channel, yeah, you were in a commercial you didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And in front of you, like in a nice different screen, is like Carwell bidets.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you have one?
No, you don't.
Blast water in your rectum.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you?
It's great. It's the greatest thing in the world.
You know how I know it is? Because your voice cracked.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
Oh my God, you have no idea how great this is.
I sound like that pubescent guy from The Simpsons.
Oh man.
I'm going to my break now.
It's pretty crazy though, like when this kind of thing happens. And again, like I always say, I say colloquially, the crazy people, but the kooks, the sandwich board people.
Yeah.
But it's funny how people get like those are the ones who are getting super influenced by just buy. If I get quarantined, I can't leave the house. I gotta have as much toilet paper as possible. I use a lot of this shit. I shit a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta be able to wipe my ass. It's like, what about food, man?
Yeah.
What about food?
Why just eat less?
Eat less, but like buy enough food to last you for the month.
Grow a garden.
But yeah, I was surprised, man. Like we were shopping today because we had just buying stuff. I was like, I'll just buy a bunch of chicken, get some rice, because like little things I'll just like keep in the back. You never know if they tell you, hey, shut the fucking doors.
Yeah.
Nobody leave your house.
Yeah.
But it's like all the rice was gone. Like, why? Just buy like a little packet of Uncle Ben's. It's not gonna like you should always have enough food in your house to stock you up for a couple of weeks.
Go to the Indian store.
Go to the Indian store.
Yeah.
Give him some cash.
Yeah.
But it was nuts, man. There were so many things that were like essential food items that were still on the shelf.
Yeah.
And then there were a lot of non-essential food items.
Yeah.
And perishables like non-perishables but non-essential that were gone.
Oh yeah.
It was nuts, man. It's like you can't buy Ritz crackers for shit.
Was that the Sobeys over here?
No, it was the Walmart just down the street.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
because I went to the Superstore and I went to the other Walmart. Yeah, I was like totally dead. No one. It was like there was tons of stuff on the shelves. I think people. Yeah. I think it's gonna die down. I think
it definitely is gonna die down. I think what it cracks me up the most, like during Y2K, how we went to Superstore and I saw this like Indian guy, like Indian, and he just had a shopping cart full of milk. I mean, it was like all the milk. And in my head, I'm not thinking to myself, this dude is stocking up for the apocalypse. I'm thinking he knows how crazy people get out here. So he's stocking up because he doesn't want any of these other sons of bitches.
Did he have a turban on?
No. Just a regular old guy.
Regular old Indian guy?
Yeah, regular looking Indian guy. Pretty normal looking Indian dude.
I'm wondering if he's doing the Goodwater run.
No, I've seen those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this was definitely, he was...
Because those guys usually have a pallet.
Yeah, they have like the big one. Like, I've seen the guys who go, like if nobody knows what we're talking about, but they make a lot of like milk tea and milk products. In the temples and gurdwaras, and they usually buy like a lot of the rice and the flours and the milk.
Yeah,
like those are staples.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, you're right because they usually get them from. They usually go to Costco to get that stuff.
Costco or over here, I've seen guys buy it here in the Walmart. I've seen them come here in the Walmart and tell the girl at the customer service desk, like, "Hey, you know what? Last time there was 98 and I bought 100, so I'm gonna get gypped for 2 sacks of flour."
Yeah,
and you shouldn't if you're spending money on flour. Flour's not super cheap.
Yeah, exactly. And all that everything Gurdwara spends is free.
That's right. Yeah,
it's all donations.
It is a church,
and it's tax free.
Yeah, it's tax free.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when you go to. I was at this is just me personally speaking, but like I was at Gurdwara, like I was watching my cousin get married, and
wait, you're watching your cousin get married, or were you at your cousin's wedding?
Well, I was sitting there. I was watching the ceremony, and then I looked at the screen and like the songs that were being sung, and they're just traditional hymns and stuff like that that they're singing and. But all the lyrics, they had all the lyrics on
like a little sing along.
There was a screen out there which translated them all into English.
Wait, was it English or Anglicanized? Like it was all in Punjabi but written in English characters.
The top part would be like they would sing in Punjabi, and then on the screen it would go like side by side. Like on the left hand screen would be in Punjabi, and the right hand screen would be English. So I was reading in English, and it said like how we are all slaves to God and stuff like that. And I was reading it, and I was like,
hey, yeesh.
I was like, not Sikhism.
That's why I don't like all religion, man.
Yeah, like I'm not like I do like
religion.
I don't like culturally speaking, like I do like love the culture and stuff like that. I don't. Yeah. I've never been religious.
Yeah,
but when I saw that, I was like, I
I can't do it. Yeah. I can't do religion. I mean, we've already talked about it in a couple of podcasts, but I just look, man. I'm not even agnostic. I think it's fine if that's your thing and you like God and that's your belief system. Cool, man. Go nuts. I don't even mind if you tell me about it. That's cool, but don't expect to convert me.
Yeah,
because I just can't believe that that whole concept of like the man in the sky and he's got a reason for everything and those kids are sick and there's a reason for that. I just can't do it, man. I'm just not on board.
But the other thing is that there's a certain like there obviously like if you there is the case for religion is that do you believe that you is a belief in a higher power that is controlling everything, right?
Yeah.
By the same token, if you are someone who believes in who seriously adheres to simulation theory,
nice transition.
So if you think about it, like simulation theory is just like we are all we're in a tub of goo and we're being controlled. We're just
well, you're thinking matrix simulation.
Well, kind of. Let's say we're just entities in a simulation that live in a simulation that are controlled by
some other guy.
Some other guy. There is what is the inherent difference between the two?
Well, that's why I can't really stick to either one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of like I'm an even keel on all of it.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I can if somebody comes to me and tells me like, okay, so we're in a simulation and this whole thing is happening because we're either an echo or we're like a hologram, whatever kind of simulation we want to call it. I know there's differences in them, like the echo theory and the hologram theory and simulation theory. But at the same time, like, yeah, cool, man. But like, I'm not gonna. Like, why? Like, what? Like, if we're a simulation and that's why these people in the world, that makes more sense to me, actually. That's why kids get cancer or people get ill or, good people get hit by cars. Whatever happens, we want to see how people react to it.
Yeah.
To avoid it outside the sim, right? Or you tell me that, like, God has this is such a heavy topic. God has got a purpose for you. And the purpose for you is to watch your child die of an illness.
Yeah.
That's the purpose for you. You're like, well, why?
Yeah, why?
Like, why is that my purpose?
Yeah.
Especially if all I'm going to do is go fucking hang myself.
Yeah, see, that's a good divide between the two.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that makes that makes total sense.
Yeah, to me, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That we're a sim and, this is what it is. That wasn't even your kid.
Yeah.
Your memories are all false. You're in a simulation to see what's going to happen in the real world when that situation comes up.
Exactly.
And we're making the real world better.
That's literally exactly.
Yeah, and then you show it to me.
Yeah, see you're thinking on the same lines that I am because I'm like, so like if even though the simulation is not, let's see if this is what we're living right now is the simulation. Everything that either is good or bad.
Yeah.
Is basically a test subject.
Yeah, it's purpose built.
Yeah, purpose built to see how
what's going to happen.
How to improve.
Yeah. I'll let that shit slide before I let the idea of like a invisible man in the sky. And the worst part about the God thing for me, compared to simulation theory, is how, and even maybe that's the same. Who knows? But so much of it is driven by money. Like, so much of it is influenced in like somebody's pockets get in line. Like, if anybody doesn't think about that, just think about Martin Luther, right? The drive of Northern Europe and Christianity into Northern Europe.
That's right. Yeah.
And how much of that shit just comes from ripping off Odin.
That's right.
Ripping off Vikings, man. Santa, coal, houses, election times, all of that shit. Like, just start doing a deep dive.
Yeah.
I don't mean go to Wikipedia. I mean, like, start doing a deep dive of how Martin Luther grew the Christian church, or the religion, into the North countries, right?
Yeah.
That's all real. No, all of that was because they wanted more cash.
They wanted more cash.
Like, we need money. Where are we going to get it? Let's drive north.
Drive north, yeah.
How are we going to drive north? I don't know. Sell them on Santa Claus. St. Nicholas, how? It's like, I don't know. The elections over there happen at Christmas time. That's up north, Northern Star. Make something up. I don't know. Like the Sleipnir, reindeer. Yeah, it's all good.
Don't believe anything.
7 hooves, 7 reindeer. Shit, I don't know. It's like all that stuff comes from somewhere else, right?
Oh, yeah. The less sense it makes, trust me, the more they'll want it.
The more they'll want it. There's just so much of that that's driven by just like making things up to bring people in, and then telling them this happened for years.
Yeah.
Right? And then, like, the same guy will be like, well, what about King Arthur? King Arthur was fake, and we think all that comes from somewhere too, man.
Yeah.
Somebody took something, got Uther and Arthur and Pendragons, and made a bunch of stories up and sold it to somebody else. Like, everything is driven by cash to create a mythology, and religion is no different.
No, yeah, because that practice of, like, the acquisition of wealth at the expense of anything is has been around since like almost the dawn of man. Almost like it's been like
absolutely.
It's not like it's what brought us to where we are, but also it's like It's what brought us to Dark Ages, basically.
It's true, man.
Yeah,
if you get somebody who wants to do something, somebody else will say, you can't do that there until you pay me. Taxation.
Yeah.
And the church is like, we're a church. We believe in God. God is a higher power. No taxes.
Yeah.
Like, I guess not.
Exactly.
It's like, now you've got these two people. Like, what are we
put money in the plate, pass it around.
Put money in the plate and pass it around. And now you've got this weird, like, standoff. Like, well, I'm a city official. I'm a king. I'm a shogun. I own this place.
Yeah.
The church doesn't pay me? Well, they believe in God. So I better get religious. Right? I mean, like,
I better get a title in the church.
I better get a title in the church.
Yeah.
I'll buy a title. I'm part of the church. Now I get cash too. It's like weird shit like that happens all the time.
Oh yeah. Because no one wants, especially in the time during when when the Catholic Church, like back in the 1600s, no one wanted to work. And like, plus like the hierarchy was at an all-time shit show.
Oh man.
And so like it was just like the more research I do on it, especially when I watch documentaries on how like not to make myself smarter, but just to like know as much as I could.
To know as much as you can, man.
And there's no such thing as the good old days.
No, man. No,
it's not.
Like, what's that line?
Everything is better now.
Everything is better in the current era.
Everything is better now.
How everybody says shit like.
I don't care. People say the good old days is fucking lying.
You're full of it.
You're full of it.
You're totally full of it. It's the line, man. Like the way you said it was perfect. There's no such thing as the good old days. What am I doing? There's no dust there. The good old days, where it's like, I wish we knew we were in the good old days when we were in the good old days.
Yeah, I don't understand why people try to relive the past and stuff like that. It's like very few things are as good back then than they are now.
Oh yeah.
It's like I could think maybe like vinyl for sound, but even sound is better now.
But we have vinyl now.
We have vinyl now, right? But like there's no everything is better now. Like I remember I was watching the Grand Tour, and Richard Hammond and Jeremy Clarkson were driving old like Aston Martins and Jaguars against each other. There's reliving their past. Then James May comes in with a Honda Civic Type R, a brand new one, and they're like, that car's ugly. He goes, you two are idiots.
Yeah.
He goes, everything is better now. You guys are reliving the past in those two junky cars that they're gonna break down and stuff like that. He goes, look at my car. He goes, what's wrong with it?
You know, like the best part of that is probably the way he was steering compared to the way they were steering.
Oh yeah,
they were probably like white knuckle holding on, cranking the wheel, and he's just like with a finger.
Yeah, exactly. He's sitting there and he's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, Jay, let's see. And they were driving down a road and he said, let's see how fast your car can go, right? Yeah. He's like, and then they go, on this road there's actually usually speed traps, so James May's probably gonna get a ticket. He's like, okay, fine. So he put his Civic Type R, he just downshifted, blew through everybody. And at the hotel, his car was right there. He was fine.
Yeah, well, totally fine.
But Hammond's car did not have. It was a convertible, and was worth $2 million.
Oh God!
And he's like, I don't know how to. I can't secure this car. There's no garage. And James May's like, you're an idiot, and he just walked away.
People just walk past the Civic.
Everything is better now.
Everything is better now, man.
Yeah.
Everything is better now.
Yeah.
I used to think about that with the idea of going back in time. Like if you could go back to any era. I used to love the Back to the Future, man. I go to the 50s. I think about like if I went to the 50s, if I got transported back in time to the 50s, I wouldn't make it.
No, I get raped.
Yeah, I'm a short, bald, brown guy.
They probably never seen Indian people before.
Oh man, in like that town in what was it, Hill Valley?
Hill Valley.
You go into Hill Valley and you walk around like they barely let the
black guy.
mayor.
Yeah.
He was what, sweeping? Someday I'll be mayor. It's like, good luck, pal.
Yeah. Oh, colored mayor, that'll be the day.
Yeah, I'll be the day. You psycho.
Yeah, if I showed up, they probably like
what are you?
Yeah, they'd be confused. Like, are you Mexican? Are you Italian? Are you Native Indian? I don't know.
Could you imagine when they hear you talk? You sound normal.
You sound I'm like, yes.
You're speaking American.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you learn it English? I'm like,
where'd you learn it English?
Yeah.
I like how their English would be like almost subpar.
Yeah.
Hill Valley in the 50s.
Yeah, I would never. There's no era where I'd want to go back to and visit.
Yeah, I mean barbarian times. Conan.
Yeah.
Hyperborean age.
Actually, I would like. Actually, I'm
sword on my back and a horse under me.
I can't think of like. I guess like an era where like I could just be invisible and just see it would be the Industrial Revolution. If I could just go through there.
That would be pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
If you're invisible. Yeah, the Industrial Revolution would be pretty rad. Because I mean, there's like, I don't know, in my head I always think everything was so much bigger and grimier and smokier and Jack the Ripper-ier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I'd like to see like feudal Japan.
That'd be pretty rad too.
And also China before they burned all of their records. Yeah.
China before they got the fires in the libraries.
China is just like if they don't like what they're seeing, they're like, fuck it, we'll just burn all the records and forget it existed.
They're built on censorship.
And just build something new.
Yeah, they're built on censorship.
It's crazy how China has like just like you have to go to Taiwan to view any like historic art or literature about China.
Yeah.
Because nothing is in Hong Kong, nothing is in Beijing. There's nothing.
And then they want to get their hands on Taiwan.
Yeah.
We need to get in there.
Yeah, exactly.
What have they got? Their doors are locked. They're not letting us in.
Fuck, man, it's incredible how China just like rebuilds itself over and over again. That's like and it's nothing. Like people look at the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
Like look at these cranes. Look at these buildings. Look at fucking China.
Yeah, look at China. Like okay, Jesus. The Emirates. There was nothing there. There was nothing there. And when you look back at like what was there before that, they're not hiding it from you.
No,
they tell you where they came from.
Yeah.
China does not. China's like, you see a skyscraper. What was here before? Was that a? Do I see like a feudal castle wall? Like no wall.
No wall. Yeah.
Only new.
No, that was a fishing port of 10,000 people. Now it's a city of 30 million.
Yeah, that's it. Shining, glistening, beaming glass towers.
Yeah, and they'll build a building that are like, okay, it's the middle of a train has to like is getting in the way of it. They put the train will go through the building.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's wild, man. Yeah. It's like technologically, like they're amazing.
Engineering wise, no one touches China.
Yeah, it's very hard to touch, right? Yeah. But at the same time, like when it comes to like the censorship and just the information, like the sharing of information,
the control over people,
and the control of the people, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, on a technical level, yeah, there's the control over people when it comes to like internet freedom. Yeah, they're the worst.
Twitter. I mean, they got a Chinese Twitter because they don't want to have like an open Twitter. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty nuts, man. But then Twitter shuts.
But then again, like I don't see like not like I see where they're coming from, but like same time, it's like the government did so much to make sure that they said, okay, you know what, we're gonna build this city, we're gonna do everything we can, but all we ask is like you guys adhere to certain rules, and they, especially when Shenzhen was built.
Yeah, that's scary too, though. Like, well, you can do whatever you want as long as you adhere to these rules.
Yeah.
Well, what are the rules?
What's communist China?
Yeah. Well, keep your mouth shut is the first rule.
Yeah.
Don't talk about the rules.
Yeah, but how many people came up out of like to come to middle class? Like if you look at Shenzhen now, I'm not saying it's perfect because like they obviously they want to have like as much access to the internet as possible.
No
right?
system is perfect.
Yeah, but like if you look at the city life and like how they're living and stuff like that, it's incredible. It's
like when you would see it, weirdly, it always kind of reminds me of when Mr. Incredible in The Incredibles goes to the island where what's his name is the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Mr. is he the blonde or the
big blonde guy? Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
But when he goes there and he's got like it's out in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. He's on like a monorail that goes through this weird ass tower and shit, and it's all technologically advanced. It's like its own little Wakanda. Mm-hmm. Like that's like how do they build that out there?
Yeah.
That's Shenzhen.
Yeah.
When you look at it, like it's fucking Wakanda. It's Chinese Wakanda.
Oh yeah.
How do they build this out here, man?
It's incredible. How
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Did you see that news documentary? The
one on CBC.
It was on.
I saw the thing they had on CBC when they had the buildings, the glass, and the trees.
It was that one reporter who went in Shenzhen. And he was talking about, and he went through the whole city. He hooked up with a tech journalist.
I think it is the one on CBC.
And then they went to that huge arena that's in the middle of Shenzhen. And they had that.
Sounds super familiar.
So yeah, so if you haven't seen it, and for the listeners who haven't seen it, there is a. We can even link it if you want to link it, but like there's a. What they did is that they took like all these kids who want to become like future engineers. They have this huge facility, like a massive stadium, but you could have like a basketball. It's bigger than like NBA stadiums. And what they do is
it's like an arena.
It's an arena, yeah. So like what they do is that they don't the sports that they hold in there are battle robots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so like all these kids are just they're working 24 hours a day. They're sleeping on the ground. They don't shower. They're just like trying to like build these robots, and they have battle bots that just fight against each other.
And they're not small.
No, these things are like
these are not like they're not the battle bots.
No. Yeah, this is nothing you see from Toys R Us.
These are like 12 feet.
Yeah, these are huge. And like what they do is that the winners are the ones who get jobs at DJI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. This is no joke.
Yeah, this is what they're fighting for.
That's that thing they had a couple years ago where the American team was gonna have their like Patriot bot and was gonna fight the Chinese robot.
It got killed.
It got destroyed. Because like it's you've got one team of guys who like we'll beat that kid who built a Chinese robot. Meanwhile, that Chinese robot has been through dozens and dozens of battles, and that team has cycled all their tech, and all those kids have come and gone, and more kids go in. And that thing is fortified. It's like what's that? The Red Guard? No, Red Guardian is Marvel. What's the red one from DC Comics when they had the Hero 12, or the hell they're called? They got that one big giant red robot. Yeah. Like that's a Chinese destroyer right there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the how it's great that all the countries come in. They all because that is the ultimate place to battle for, right?
It's wild.
Yeah, and then they show like how the difference between like if you have an idea for like an IT company, if you want to create a product, whether it's a water bottle that has a Bluetooth speaker in it or something like that, or whatever it is,
or a Bluetooth speaker that you connect to a bottle.
A bottle. Yeah.
Crazy shit like that.
Exactly. So things like that.
It is innovation happening all the time.
Exactly. So like all these companies that are, let's say, from around the world, like, so they want to make, they say, okay, fine, we have this IP and we want to like, we want to blow this up to scale. We want to make sure that we can engineer all this stuff like in-house, and we want to be able to mass produce this at scale. So they're like, okay, you know what? We live in California, right? How many factories are there in California that can mass produce those speakers?
Yeah.
Not very many, right? Soda pop speakers, for example, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bottle that hooks into a speaker.
Yeah. Yeah. So and in Europe, there's this thing called Neura headphones. Those really good, nice over-ear headphones. Those things are great. So but the guy who designed it, I think he's from Europe, I believe. And he said, there's no factories here that we can like mass produce these.
Yeah.
And so what they do, they move everything to China.
Yep.
And so you can not only get the designers there, but if you want to go, and plus if you want to produce in America, there's so much red tape. There's like you have to go through all these.
There's a lot.
You have to leap over all these hurdles. In China, it's a couple of phone calls away. Whoever's your manufacturer is literally like 20 minutes away. And they'll be like, how many do you need? I need 500,000. Like, yeah, done.
Gonna steal your patents, though.
Exactly.
We're gonna steal your patents.
Exactly.
Though. Yeah, but that's just it.
Yeah, but also like the community around there is very democratic. No one is trying to steal ideas like how is the United States, where everyone's like globbing for everything.
Yeah.
There's enough for everybody there.
It's very strange, right? Like it is a very democratic system where in
a communist country.
In a communist country,
yeah.
Like there's that weird honor thing is still there. It's like I shouldn't steal his idea, but the American guy comes up with the concept and they're like, I'm gonna build that.
Oh yeah,
like I'm gonna take his idea.
Yeah, even all the Chinese companies there, they all share their ideas. They're like, yeah, it's all open.
It's open. Yeah. It's on purpose.
Yep.
Nobody's stealing ideas.
No, it's like because they want to make sure that the flow
Yeah.
is not interrupted. Like make sure that products can like be spit out at just like at a.
That's how you end up with a Shenzhen.
Exactly.
Like that's how you end. Like when you have that much sharing of ideas, where it's like we're all gonna get fat. Like we have a bunch of ideas, we're gonna share them. I'll make what you're making, you make what I'm making. We're all gonna make our shit, but we're all gonna make money and we're all gonna get fat.
Yeah.
It's like it's a very different way of thinking than what we're used to.
Yeah, I think over there it might be harder to keep anything a secret.
That too.
Yeah.
So maybe it's beneficial. Just be like, instead of hiding it and having somebody steal it, what we should do is we should all just share our ideas.
Yeah, because like it's the same thing with like with Tesla. Tesla doesn't hide any of their intellectual property.
It's
give it away.
Basically open source.
It's open sourced, right? But the thing is, that's great because he's like he invites everyone to like just before you get there, but like just is that everyone has the opportunity to do this stuff
to get in there and figure it out.
Tesla did get it first, so they are like they are years ahead.
They're way ahead.
So like, and plus, like when you think of electric car, what do you think of?
Well, you think of Tesla.
You think of Tesla.
No, but what I was going to get at is that they are basically open source, or they are open source.
They are open source.
They are open source. But then again, like you said, it's not so much that they're just years ahead, but it's like that thing where I'm going to give you it's open source. You're going to get it. You're going to get your hands on it, but not what I'm working on. You're gonna get what's out there.
Yeah, like I'll give you an example of that. So they basically show. I think I might have told you this, but like what they did is they took a Model 3's circuit board out, right? The main circuit board that has the motherboard on there, pretty much the board that runs it's
the brain of the car.
They actually showed that to like some people. Any manufacturer can buy a Model 3 and then take it apart and then reverse engineer it, right? So they took a look at it. I think these are people from Volkswagen or. I think it was from Volkswagen. They took a look at it and they looked at it. They said, "We can't even figure this out.
We can't do this."
Yeah, they're like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
So, the hardware is one thing, right? But like, if you can make something that has like a computer system that no one can copy, and the manufacturing process you can get to scale, but produce very simply, like you'd have to do a lot. Like that's why the Cybertruck looks the way it does.
Yeah,
that's not the final like way it's gonna look, but the manufacturing thing is very easy because if you look at the panels, they're
flat panels.
They're flat panels. You have to stamp them and then just hook them up to a chassis, and then you're good.
It ain't tough, and you're good to go. And people probably don't give a shit. In their mind, they're like, "This is fine."
I would buy that car.
I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody needs to have like the molded front end and the unibody construction. This is all just panels being jammed into a really strong frame.
Yeah, it's an exoskeleton.
And, see that the little one? The little one pull the Ford.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's small. The Ford can pull that. And it's like, okay, well, we're gonna up the weight.
Yeah.
We're gonna drop 1,500 pounds in this thing.
Yeah, I know,
and it's gonna pull a Ford.
Yeah, there is a now I think I just read something on YouTube. I was watching a YouTube video about this guy who just follows Tesla like it's his life, and he said Tesla's opening up another factory.
Yeah, no, I think I did see that.
That's gonna be in Texas.
Yeah, big one. It's not even, the plans don't make it look like it's tiny by any means. It's Texas size.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like I think that's where they'll be making the Cybertruck.
Very likely. I mean, very likely. And like I said, I think it's very much like the tech that they're withholding. They could give it to you now, but it won't be exactly what you want. And it's like we said about the rocket exploding. It's like, yeah, it's good the rocket exploded.
Yep.
Because the data that we collect from this is how we're going to make the next one. But they've already got the explosion data from all the Teslas. And the stuff that's out there now is open source, and you can look at it. But there's all this info and data and tech that they're just sitting on.
Yep. That
by the time you catch up to what they're doing now, they're going to deliver you something else, and you're going to see that and be like, well, now what the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Now what are you going to do, man?
There's even simple things. Like, think about, like what they're working on. It's not just about getting ships to, like rockets to Mars or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. They're thinking about things like, are we going to be, do you fuel in Earth orbit?
Yeah.
Do you, how, they're probably thinking about, okay, how do you grow stuff on Mars? Like, what kind of food are we going to grow there, right?
Absolutely.
So, they are thinking about these minute things that you don't even think of. Like, you can't just go to Mars and just build a dome and then hopefully everything will work, right?
Well, these are futurists.
Yeah,
they are people who are looking at what's going to happen 100 years from now.
Yeah,
our technology is going to fuel the next Elon Musk, who will fuel the next Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, he knows that he's probably not going to die on Mars. So but
no,
yeah. So he's like, yeah, this has to be set up for the next generation.
Well, he's going to be a Futurama brain in a jar.
Pretty much.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not getting anywhere.
He's probably downloading his code into a machine right now as we speak.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. I just hope that people will take up the mantle and just continue to push things forward.
I think that's the next. I've always kind of felt that the as much as we shit on the millennials for being so insta invested, I think there is another group out there like the Thunbergs and her age group. Mm-hmm. There are these like Generation Z, whatever you want to call them, the next set of kids who all seem to be forward in that direction.
You know what? I think the reason I'm optimistic about it is because, and this might sound kind of weird. I think I like this because it's a little bit of elitism, but I don't mean it that way. Is that getting into the best schools is so cutthroat right now, especially in the United States, even in Canada.
Yeah.
If you want to go into engineering, you want to go into medicine, you want to go into whatever, it is cutthroat. So they only take the best of the best. Yeah. And the people who are working as the best of the best, they're going to be working hard. Mm-hmm. And when you work hard and you're done school, what do you want? You want to be rewarded for what you you accomplished, right? So I have that's why I don't have any fear that the next generation is going to is going to do well.
Knock it out of the park.
Because they know that they worked so hard to get to where they were. It was easier for us to get to university back in the day.
Oh yeah,
you could have 70%.
You fake some photos on a rowing team.
Yeah, and then you're fine,
and you're good to go.
And but now it's
it's rough for certain areas. I mean, it's rough for STEM.
Yeah.
To get into anything that's got to do with STEM, you're not going to just walk up there and pay somebody a bunch of cash and pretend to be on a rowing team. I'm saying that as a joke, but the truth is you can't just do that.
No,
you've got to work very hard.
You need work experience. You need volunteer experience to even get into these programs.
Exactly.
So
you got to show your work.
Yeah.
You got to show your work, and you have to prove that you belong, and then somebody else is going to vet you. And then prove that you belong.
Oh yeah, look at even if we talk about how in the United States, how bad the school system is there, and you see all these dropout rates or these failure rates, it's so cutthroat there, and
it's rough, man.
It's rough.
I mean, I think a lot of that.
And Betsy DeVos is not doing it any favors.
She's not doing a whole lot of. Well, she doesn't even know what she's doing. No, she is clueless in her field.
Yeah.
In her department, she doesn't.
That's my most hated rich person, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a I paid you, give me a job position for her. She's just I'm your friend. I give you money. Give me a job. Yeah. Education. Oh, nice. Yeah. I like read book.
She never has a smooth congressional hearing.
Yeah, no, she's she's not right for that position. No, yeah, she's a joke.
Well, I remember the last one she went to. This lady was she said you should quit or she goes it's time for you to be fired.
Yeah, and she's clueless to it. She's still got that weird blank stare. Why are you talking to me like this?
Yeah, she's sitting there. She's like,
what did I do wrong?
Yeah, she's like, oh really?
Why don't they like me?
Okay, I'm going back to my yacht.
George, they don't like me. I don't know if her husband's name is George.
Yeah.
Maybe that's her assistant. I don't know. Yeah, she's she really
did not know
she does
not
need to be there. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are certain
I'm not
people.
being sexist when I say that. I'm like, couples have to keep each other in line.
I think you need to keep that's your team.
Yeah.
Like you need to know your limitations. And if you don't, then the people with you need to tell you, like, you need to stay in your lane.
Yeah. Like Kellyanne Conway, her husband's like, he doesn't give a fuck. He just says whatever he wants about her boss. He's like, that guy's a fucking idiot.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's incredible. What were we just watching? Something I just watched something about that where it was like a not a power couple, but they were a couple. I think he's in politics and she's not in politics, and she kept him in his lane somehow. I can't remember what it was. I'll try to link it into something I just saw recently. It was one of those like keep your team in check, because that's what you're there for. Like anybody can say it's like, well, I let my wife fight her own battles. I let my husband get himself in his own shit. It's like, well, maybe if you didn't, he wouldn't stick his dick in a phone and take a photo and send it to his secretary.
I don't know, man. I think people always get that term confused, or that kind of idea confused when you say like you have to keep your
spouse in check.
Your spouse in check, and I'm like, I'm not saying it because he's a woman.
No, I'm saying that Wiener's wife should have been on top of that guy.
Yeah, she should have been on top of that guy, but like it goes both ways.
Yeah, I don't mean that as a joke. I mean, she should have fucking been on top of what he was doing, because like he sent his dick to a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Like, I mean,
Ruined
I don't need
career.
Huh?
Ruined his fucking career.
Ruined his career.
Yeah.
Because like she should have, if she didn't know, that's a whole other issue. If she found out a little bit or had any kind of idea he was doing it, yeah, he needed to be kicking the balls, because like you got to keep that guy in check.
Yeah, the real picture should have been like one guy's foot just lodged into his nutsack.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. Now the whole thing is so goofy.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's
but then again, like you can't like you're saying, right? I mean, can we even say shit like that anymore? And if I say it, is it sexist? If it's misogynist? If she says it, is it misandrist? I don't fucking know.
I guess I want to be able to say it without having to explain myself.
Exactly. Which is again, I do feel like we're going back to that. I think we've overcorrected, and maybe rightly so, and now we're starting to find a balance again, to where it's like, look, people are gonna say dumb shit.
No, I think the balance is on the way. Like we went way over.
Yeah.
And but now it's like time to like. Is it like really all of them?
Yeah.
All women are like this?
Yeah, the Bill Burr thing.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I think in my mind, I kind of feel like the pushback at its weird kind of steep end was all that James Gunn type of shit. And like his little comeback, like he's almost like he's got a cape. And he's coming over. Once he gets to the middle line, then we'll know the end of his cape is coming.
Yeah.
And the end of James Gunn's cape is coming. And okay, we're back.
Yeah, I think what happened, what was also good is that, which was inevitable, I think, is that how, it started with Harvey Weinstein, okay? Then all these other guys started coming, right? You're like, hey, this guy's fucking guilty. This guy's fucking guilty.
There's a lot of guilty guys out there.
Like, that guy's fucking guilty. Then this guy's guilty. This guy's guilty. Okay, then you know what? That could have happened. That's probably could have happened. Oh, that's just a bad date.
He's sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is like, you know what? Now it's getting out of control. So then I think we've gone from here. Then we followed that trend that just goes down like that.
Yeah.
But now I think, if it happens again, they're gonna be like, really? Are you sure?
Are you sure?
That sounds like.
Did he hold the door open for you, ma'am? He held the door open for you.
Yeah.
That was abusive to you. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. I said no. You said
okay.
No.
No, that's rough. I don't buy that one. I gotta tell you,
I don't buy that at all.
I mean, like the whole. There are a lot of guys. I've known a lot of guys who are just straight up scumbags who deserve to be treated
like dirt,
and dragged down in the Me Too movement.
Yeah,
that had to happen. Yeah, because of that kind of thing.
Being beaten with shoes and boots.
But a lot of it involved that kind of stuff. The no means no type thing. A lot of it was that, and I know a lot of guys who ate a lot of shit just because they were unsure of themselves. Like, they were just like bad date people. Weird bad date situations. They're like, I don't think you fucking had that coming.
No.
And I think the overcorrection, it's like the coronavirus freak out, right? It goes so far one way that everybody's like, okay, everybody calm down. We need to find a balance. We need to find out where the middle is and where the middle really is.
Yeah, because you're right. So when that stuff comes in like that, when it comes in like at a freight train pace, it's like it just picks up all this unnecessary garbage with it.
Yes.
And then you have to deal with that before you can actually attack the real problem.
Have you ever it does. It totally does. I think this is what I'm going to say here is kind of like the metaphor of that. Have you ever been like in the snow, you're driving and then you hit that patch of ice and then like you see the people who do really poorly, like the Simpsons thing, steer into the skid, steer out of the skid, do something. I was always the guy who's like, let go of the wheel and the gas. When everything straightens out, tap the gas, move on. Like I'm like that's where we're at. Everybody right now doesn't know whether to steer into the skid or steer out of the skid.
Yeah, they're overcorrecting, undercorrecting.
Yeah, they're doing something. They're flooring it. Yeah. They're hitting the gas. They're hitting the brake. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're trying it all.
Yeah,
and that's what we're doing right now. We're trying everything. Eventually, what we're gonna start doing is just like, oh, we're in a skid. I'm just gonna let go of the wheel here. Gotta just tap my gas a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna the wheel straight. Grab the wheel. Tap the gas. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna get there sooner or later. And even that's not the right thing for everybody because not everybody knows how to do that.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, I'm going to do what Sabe's told me to do. I'm going to do this thing. I'll let go of the wheel. I'm going to floor it, right? No.
No.
Fucking no.
That's not what I said.
That's not what I said. And we're going to get there sooner or later. So, but we're definitely in the right direction. It's just, it hurts a lot of people.
No, it's the recovering direction that we're going in right now, right? We're just trying to recover, and people are just trying to recover and just move on with it. And, maybe be smarter next time.
Yeah, maybe
not just for the victims or the perpetrator, but the people who are triggered by it.
I think that is the majority of the bullshit that we're dealing with.
Yeah,
is people who are just kind of like this trigger thing where everybody just wants to, like that meeting that socialist thing that came online a little while ago.
Yeah,
I can't remember what they were called. They're like Democratic Socialists of America.
Yeah,
like that thing didn't get off the ground because everybody was triggered all the time.
Yeah,
like every single person in a 40-minute video can't say anything because somebody's triggered by something.
Yeah, because even some people would be like, hey, you know what, that's a little bit too triggered for me.
I can't say, guys, please keep it down. Well, I don't identify as a guy. It's like, guy, what do you want, man? Like, why don't you come up here and try it, and I'll heckle you.
Yeah.
Why don't you get on stage, grab the mic, tell me your best 5. Give me your best 5 minutes, and I'm just gonna yell at you the entire time.
Yeah.
You like that? Did you like that? No. Let's get back to where we're just letting go of the wheel. Let go of the wheel. Let's just correct it.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing. Like, there's too many people out there who are just, and we talked about this before. People who are out there who are just too professionally outraged.
Yeah,
and then they need something to blog about, and then once it goes online, it goes viral, and it's just it's a total shit show after that. So,
exactly.
I don't know. I think it's just more. The less people like that, just get a real job.
Well, that's like, I mean, at least for me to end off on it is the, and you go ahead, go
ahead.
But for me to end off on it is that's the sandwich board people. The sandwich board, when we used to see the guy with the bell yelling the end is nigh, like they don't need to do that anymore.
No.
They probably have a phone and they can just tweet that.
Just tweet that, yeah.
And all the other bell ringing sandwich board people will either love it or they'll hate it and they'll do their own sandwich board bell ringing and then that noise starts drowning people out. And then the insanity that brings up with those people just drowns out the normal voices. So we just gotta tune those people out.
Yeah, those are the people who walk the streets on Hollywood Boulevard saying,
with a sandwich board,
with saying "Put me in your movie," or like those guys in Las Vegas saying the American dream is still alive or it's dead, or dressed up in like red, white, and blue wear, and you're just like, holy shit, man. You haven't left the city in your life, have you? The cape and the underwear. Yeah. The glasses, the cowboy hats. Yeah. The guitars. Yeah. I'm bashing that guy. The confetti on them, like that sparkle. The glitter. The glitter. It's like, the American dream is still alive. American dream, baby. Yeah. Half of these are my original teeth. Be like the boy. Yeah. If everybody's like the boy. Be like that. Then the world kind of burns. Yeah, exactly. You can't all be like the boy. Yeah. I don't know. I think if I met those people, I'd be like, oh, like, yeah, whatever. And but they got my face. I'd be like, yeah, the American dream's still alive. I'm like, get the fuck away. Fuck off. Those people, man. Fucking idiots. Those people will always get in the way. Yeah. Hey, how was your week? We kind of talked about it. I always do that though. Expensive. I always do like the how was your week? Yeah, expensive. Outside of your expenditures, where you're blowing cash on articles of sportswear. And you're no longer paying for Orange Theory, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Otherwise pretty good. Otherwise good. That's good stuff, man. What would you like to hit on? Not too much. I had the health thing again this week. A good health. I mean, the whole change in diet. This week was after the episode last time. This week was all the guts. The guts got weird. So if anybody doesn't know what I've been doing is I cut out all processed foods, all processed white flour, all sugar's gone. So I'm not doing keto. I'm kind of pretty much sticking to like potatoes and taro and all that kind of crap. Crap, it's good food. It's not crap. It's excellent food. And a lot more meats and a lot more vegetables. So I'm balancing the whole thing out. So that's where I get, and fruits as well. So that's where I get it all from. Yeah. But my guts got all weird, man. Like on Friday especially, I felt like I was having a lot of gas, a lot of movement. There's a lot of shit going on there, rumbling. And then it just kind of got worse on Saturday and cool on Sunday. And then Monday got crazy. So I started really going deep dive onto the old Google to see where's this coming from.
The first thing, I went to a lot of sources, a lot of articles. I went to a lot of Reddit, because Reddit can be good. You got to filter through it, but it can be good as well. And it just turns out that you've got so much going on as far as your stomach flora goes and all the crap that's no longer in there that you start overproducing a lot of bile. You're not making as much mucus anymore, so there's like weird hunger pangy, kind of like a digestive confusion that goes on in your system, and it's fairly normal. So that was a big one for me. I haven't had like the craziness happen yet with just getting rid of. It's not a full system evac. Is what I'm saying. They're not all running for the fences, or running for the hills, but at the same time, there's a lot going on in there, and it seems to be fairly normal at that like month stage.
Okay.
Once you hit a month, your next month kind of sucks. I read about guys who were having like stomach pangs to where they thought they had to go to the ER, and they went, and the doctor's like, "Did you change your diet recently?" Like, yes, I did. So did you go like zero carb? Did you go keto? Yeah, cut out all the gluten. Like, yeah, pretty much all that.
Yeah, your body's in shock.
Your body's in shock. You're having digestive confusion. Your whole system doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
So apparently it's super duper normal. I just didn't realize it was going to happen. Like, I hear people talking about it, but then when it happens, you don't remember it. And you're like, what is wrong with me? What? Am I going to die?
Yeah.
That's like, no, you're fine.
Yeah, because like that's weird. Because like when I went through my dietary change, I guess for lack of a better word, the transition period for me, pain-wise or like system-wise, like internally speaking, it's like it wasn't bad at all.
It wasn't too bad.
The thing that was bad was eating stuff that I know I shouldn't eat.
So you did have cravings.
Yeah, not in the sense of craving, but how they, I guess how I evacuated them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like if I had like
how you shit, how you pooped. That's fine.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with the pooped.
Yeah, and then so
sounds more user friendly.
Yeah, so what I did was like, let's say if I had Oreos and milk.
Okay.
That's everyone eats those. Okay. I had that.
Not this guy.
Okay, I had that, and next thing, and I was like, okay, I was watching a movie or something. I had like 3, and I just had some milk with them or something. Yeah, in the middle of the night at 2:00, woke up, and
your body wants it gone.
I know. I was in pain.
Really?
My stomach was hurting so much. I'm like, oh, I woke me up. I was having a nightmare. I was like, I just went, oh shit, and then I woke up. The pain actually it wasn't like, I'm too lazy. I'll, whatever, right? I was like, no, fuck that. I got up. And I had to empty out twice.
Get out of town.
And I was like, and I came to that realization in bed. I'm like, I can never have Oreos again.
Yeah, and that's like basically what happens to a lot of people. The realization hits that my body has now changed over.
Yeah.
And I can't eat the way I used to eat.
Yeah, blueberry muffins, can't have those anymore.
Yeah.
Can't have real milk.
Oh, get out of town.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it just upsets my stomach. I'd have to go through like a learning period.
The dairy kind of,
I'd have to like drink little by little to get it back in.
Well, that's almost very similar to a lot of guys talked about what exclusion. What do they call it? Exclusion diet? What do they call that thing? Where you elimination diet.
Elimination diet.
That's basically the same thing, right? You kind of go through all the things that you put into your system, and then you realize little by little, okay, I'm going to get rid of this and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Things are good. Do I bring it back, or do I get rid of something else and then bring that back? Like you kind of, your body becomes a puzzle.
Yeah.
And you have to figure it out, right? Yeah. And that what you're saying kind of jives with a lot of what I was reading online.
Yeah,
a lot of guys are having what you said.
Yeah, so I think the one thing is too is that when people are trying to get healthy and they start their like, let's say their diet is like something that like I would look at it and be like, I would change like at least 5 things from what you're eating and how you're eating and what you're drinking, right? So if they're doing that, then all of a sudden I introduce them to like, let's say, I don't know, like a Vega shake, for example, right?
Yeah.
Or some green tea, or a smoothie, for example, right? That has like or orange, green juice that has like kale, spinach, grapes, whatever, right?
Some healthy dietary,
something healthy that has like a lot of fiber, that has a lot of like vitamins, that's like a large, lot of vegetables and stuff like that, right? But so like when they take that, their fear is that, I guess when they try it, when they eat it, they don't like the results, because what is it doing? It's something that their body's not used to.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's causing me pain. It's causing me to like my stomach to bloat. It's causing me to like, I'm having anal evacuations.
Damaging.
I'm like, no, that's for lack of a better word, that's the thing that's what it is working for you.
Yeah. This is all things that are doing good.
Like, it's doing its job. It's cleaning you out.
Yeah.
And that's why it's saying it's all that stuff that's fermenting in your stomach. It's it's doing its best to get it all out. It's like a scrub for your system.
It really is.
Yeah. So then that's why people kind of look. I think that's what kind of hinders people from going to healthy foods. They're like, oh, they don't think about like, I'm not saying they're dumb. They just don't know that.
Well, there are certain like mental stops.
Yeah.
Like there are certain things like blocks that happen.
Yeah. If you ate something that you didn't know was healthy or unhealthy for you, but you ate it, and someone says, "I eat this every day," and then you ate it, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're crapping everywhere or whatever, right? And someone's in their mind, they're thinking like, "I'm gonna be crapping every day like this."
This is what my life is now?
Yeah. They're like, "How can you do that?" And be like, "No.
Just give it a week.
Give it a week. Like your body's going to adjust, and next thing you know, like you're going to see the benefits from it."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
true.
it's gonna empty you out more, but it's gonna hurt less because your body is this is what your body's gonna be. It's gonna call it home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, what you're saying is 100% in line with exactly what I went through. Where like again, like middle of the night, you wake up. I didn't have the pain of having to like go poop or anything like that, but I definitely had that, like the guts were moving, man.
Yeah.
It would wake me up. But then it makes a lot of sense that you're producing more bile, producing less mucus. Your body no longer has all that crap in it that used to bog it down.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm a big I like not carbohydrates like breads and like big sourdoughs and shit like that. But I do like eating a lot of carbs that we make at home. I mean a lot. And sugar, man, I'm a chocolate addict. Milk chocolate. I love candy bars. I've always been that guy. But I also do eat a lot of greens, and I eat a lot of like healthy foods. But I think what ended up happening was once, like I was thinking to myself, like I eat healthy so I can afford to have a lot of candy bars, or I can afford to have like junky stuff, and I can eat like those the breads and things that we make around here. But all that stuff was so much like negative impact to my system. The greens never really got a chance to do the job. The good stuff never really got a chance to do the job. Yeah. And now they're doing what they're supposed to do. And my body just didn't know what to do with it. And so like I couldn't put that together in my head. It's like the green stuff there, the green juice there.
You want this?
No, I'm kidding. You go right now. I'm all water right now.
This is water.
Well, maybe afterwards I'll take a little sippy sip there.
Sippy sip.
Little sippy sip. But that's what happened. Like I had this idea of how I ate how I ate was healthy, and it really kind of wasn't. It was healthy-ish. And now that I've gone full turn, and the system fought me, and I had to think about like what was going on. Yeah. Now I get it. Now I understand what I was doing wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
which is pretty good. I feel good, even though I kind of hurt right now. I feel good.
Yeah, well, yeah. That you're going through the adjustment period.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I think you are.
Yeah, man. And I mean, for me, it was cold turkey. I'm nicely thankfully, I haven't had cravings. Like usually, I'll think to myself, one of my absolute worst things I would do is I'd go down to Walmart when I knew their donuts were fresh, and I would eat 6 donuts in a go. Straight up. Like, I'm not even kidding, man. I would make a cup of coffee, I'd grab 6 donuts, usually like after work in the middle of the day. Yeah. And I would eat 6 of the regular, like, sugar glazed, white yeast filled fun circles.
Really?
Ah, God. Yeah, it was one of my favorite things to do. I wouldn't do that all the time. Like probably about like once every month or two.
Yeah.
A couple of months I'd go pick up those 6 donuts. Like I'd walk by and I'd see them. I'd like wonder which one of these are the freshest, right?
Ah.
And not Tim Hortons donuts. Those cheap ass Walmart donuts. I would just eat 6 of them. Like straight up 6 donuts. And it was like, it was part of my like cheatish kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it anymore. Candy bars, I just grab a candy bar while I was doing the washer truck. Wash that and walk into the thing to go pay for it. There's candy bars right there. Pick one up.
Is that the one on 50th Street? The
one right here. Yeah, the Shell right on 50th.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Grab a candy bar and hit the road. It was like, I wouldn't even think about that. And now it's like, I just don't even care. But it was cold turkey. I've had no cravings. It's been a month. I'm into month 2. Yeah, I just don't even think about it anymore. Nice. But it was definitely the system shock, and I'm trying to stick to at least 14 to 16 hours for intermittent fasting. So I think that really kind of makes the system rumble quite a bit because you're hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm training a lot more now this year. I'm kind of back to the way I trained 10 years ago. And I think all that makes you hungrier, so the system is just in complete confusion.
Yeah.
So once this month is over, I think we'll be back to where I want to be.
Yeah.
Probably feeling pretty good. But yeah, man, I am feeling better.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to take a page out of your book too, because like I want to make sure that this first phase was like thanks.
I do it too.
Yeah. No, I think this first phase for me was like just getting my getting the strength part of my body done and like getting the diet under control. I think I'm okay. I think there's always room for improvement, but just keep.
Oh, you've been working pretty hard though.
So, but now the second phase is starting to run. Running's gonna. I have to like have the same passion for running as I do for like what
for the gym.
Yeah. So like that's. And then I just keep working out at home. We can work out together if you want to, but like
yeah, for sure, man.
I just want to
Absolutely.
I just want to put that same energy into running. So
that's good. I mean, because you kind of always had that passion for running.
I loved running.
Yeah,
I still love
there.
it. I just want to because like what hindered me was like I had that lower back issue.
Yeah.
about a year ago, and I couldn't run. I couldn't run for like 5 minutes, and they would start hurting.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
lower back pain is a real thing that can mess up your love for sports.
Yeah, exactly. So, but now I'm like, I feel my lower back is way better now.
Oh, that's rad.
And so as soon as April hits, I can't wait to go outside and start running.
Well, in crowds of 250 or less.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go in the river valley.
No, today was the thing about that.
Yeah,
we can't have crowds of more than 250 people.
Yeah, 250 people. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
that's the fear.
Coronavirus. COVID-19, man.
COVID-19.
Yeah,
it is a cool name though. It sounds like a James Patterson novel or something like that.
Yeah,
is he the one who does those?
Yeah,
Tom Clancy.
COVID-19. Tom Clancy. Yeah.
Fahrenheit 451.
My uncle is hooked on Tom Clancy novels now. Every time he goes to
he's in the demo.
Yeah, because like my uncle, like every time you go to the nursing home, they always have books you can take home for like, you just put $1 in there, you can rent, and then you can take them and read them.
Yeah,
he's reading all the Tom Clancy novels.
Hey, not to go around. We're gonna come right back to that. Do they need books?
Yeah, they do. Actually.
In the nursing home.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hook them up.
All right.
But your uncle, how old is he?
Like 65.
That's about right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that's that Tom Clancy age. It's like they all kind of picture themselves.
Oh, yeah,
as
Michael, he's solid.
Older spy.
Yeah, he's into cool shit.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that he's in Tom Clancy novels. Yeah. I like it when older people that don't generally look like a Tom Clancy character are into Tom Clancy shit.
Yeah, he loves action.
That's rad.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's like I think your mom as well, but my mom is a huge fan of Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight.
Yeah,
she loves Dark Knight. She loves Joker. She makes comments when he does things like, he's not going to change.
Yeah,
don't trust him.
Actually, my mom was like,
he's evil.
I was watching the original Batman on
4K.
On 4K, and then my mom, she was she saw me watching it. And I was watching the final scene, and then she looked at me and she's like, "Why are you crying?"
Oh God, were you crying at Batman?
No, that final scene. Not out of like sadness, but I was like, I was sitting there. I was
it's so beautiful.
I told her, I'm like, this is like my childhood all over again. Like this is like finishing River City Ransom for the first time. This is finishing Double Dragon. I
do appreciate that.
Yeah, and I was like, I love that scene. It's historic.
Were you doing that thing where you're like kind of leaning forward into your hands and just like the back of your hand?
I was sitting there. I was like, holy crap! I'm like, I can't believe how emotional I got over this one scene. Yeah,
she likes him. They're gonna live happily ever after.
And then I think it's up there with the end scene of Real Genius.
The ending of Batman is up there with the end scene of Real Genius.
Have you seen
our next movie?
Have you seen? You haven't seen it, right?
No, I've seen Real Genius. I saw it. I'll say 15 years ago. Last time I saw it.
It's one of those two movies. So I'll bring both, and then we'll see like which one we're in the mood for, and then we'll.
I think that's a good call. That's a really good call. I think that's pretty neat. I think there are a lot that we could probably get our hands on, but those are like I do like the idea of doing the more obscure, weird crap like Real Genius.
I know because my knowledge of both movies is really high.
It's pretty good.
So I would say for commentary wise, I'm good with both.
Yeah, I mean I could definitely rock Batman. I've got an awful lot of bat info in the old bat noggin.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a Bativac computer.
Oh yeah, like where it was filmed, Danny Elfman, Tim Burton, why he was chosen, the headaches of making the movie.
There's so much behind the scenes info.
Like, that one. Michael Keaton went through the same thing that Heath Ledger went through when he played the Joker. Like just like, are you sure you want to go with this guy?
Oh yeah, I mean
there's tons of stuff behind that movie.
Man, I remember as a little kid. Like I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it when you actually watch it because we will do it no matter what. But I remember as a little kid on Entertainment Tonight when they announced Michael Keaton as Batman, and it was like a comedian. The guy from that movie with the dad from friggin' Everybody Loves Raymond. That guy, the funny dude. Really, Mr. Mom?
Yeah. I was down with it completely because
I had no idea.
After I saw Beetlejuice, I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's really all I knew him from. But I think at that age, I couldn't care less. Like I just didn't care. All I knew was we had a Batman movie coming.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't care. I remember like I loved Beetlejuice. I'm like, that guy's playing Batman. He goes like, I love Beetlejuice, and the same director. I'm like, yeah, let's just.
You want to hear a fun story about Batman that we'll tell before we actually get into it? Batman comes out in 1989. Me and my cousin and another one of his friends, another one of his friends. The four of us go to watch it. Now we are. Was 89, so we're 11, 12 years. No, 12 years old, right? 12, probably about to be 13. We're in the theater, and we all watch the whole thing, and the four of us are just bullshitting, chit-chatting. All that's really cool. Great. Fast forward to, like, 2012, 2013. I have not watched Batman in a theater with those guys since 89. I'm sitting in the bar, and it's after shift. Us as bouncers, we all would sit around, have a couple beers, kind of like do that like bullshit chat about how the night went, all that kind of crap. I'm sitting there with my buddy Luke. I got, I think Cody's there. You all know who you are. You're listening to the show. I got good old Billy, Wild Dog Billy, just sitting there in the corner. I'm talking about my cousin. I'm talking about cousin's dad. And Billy, who just, like, I've known Billy for a while, but not that long. Like, he started doing work with us when he was still at Reds. And I've known him from there, so we're pretty chummy. So I'm talking about my uncle. And then my buddy Billy pipes up and tells me my uncle's name. He just mentions his name. Like, how the fuck do you know? Like, how do you know his name? How do you know that he's a reverend in the church there? And he's like, because I grew up with those guys. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what do you mean you grew up with those guys? Wait a minute. Wild Bill Billy is Bill from when we were kids? It just like all clicks into place. Like, you were like, we watched Batman together in the theater. Bill is the reason I got into like ground martial arts, wrestling. Because when we were kids, we were in the backyard of my cousin's place and Billy was wrestling. And he got me into like an odd kind of a headlock that I couldn't get out of. I remember right there and then I'm like, I need to learn how to get out of this shit. I gotta start wrestling. I gotta learn about real wrestling. And then from there, my love of wrestling turned into a love of jiu-jitsu and judo. And I got into judo real deep for a little while there. All from that dude. And then we hadn't seen each other remember each other from 89 to like 2012. That gap. And next thing you know, we've known each other for the last 10 years. Like, we'd already been hanging out for almost a decade.
Yeah.
Without knowing that we'd been friends as kids. That's the weirdest thing, man.
That's
Batman brings people together.
It does.
Batman unites families.
It does.
And friendships.
It does.
Makes them stronger.
Yeah, because the thing is, like,
faster than before.
Yeah, faster than before.
You can rebuild him.
Yeah, there's Batman is he's the best hero for a reason, because there's been so many iterations of him, and they've all been like, they've all been great.
They're all great.
Even like the George Clooney ones or whatever, those are stupid and hilarious, but they're campy as best.
You can go back and enjoy them now.
Yeah.
I mean, we hated them for killing the franchise and Schumacher and the bat nipples.
Yeah, those aren't Batman movies. It's like the 60s cartoon show, 60s show come to life.
You're right. That's how I think about it.
That's how I think about it.
Batman and Batman Returns are Tim Burton Batman movies. Val Kilmer's Batman is a darker take on the Adam West Batman. That's it. That's all it is. And Batman and Robin is definitely Biff Bam Zing Pow.
Yeah, like if you look at like Batman 1, 2, even 3, like the soundtracks for those movies were incredible.
You too, man.
Yeah.
When you heard that guitar riff go,
unbelievable.
you were in.
When I heard that, I'm like, that's the best. That's my favorite U2 song.
I think just because of what I think about as a kid, that's my favorite U2 song.
Even now, it's like all the rest of U2 songs, I can't stand them. Their older stuff is obviously way better, but like that song is like, it's quintessential U2, but it's the best of it. For me, it's the best they've ever sounded. Yeah,
it is definitely. It is a rockin' U2,
and the video just like,
what's all the Batman shit?
Yeah, it's so good. It just meshes the Batman so well.
It's a great intro. It is one of the best intros to a song ever. In modern music.
Even the outro is unreal too.
Well, it's like basically the same thing. So it's
it goes whoosh, whoosh, and then like
it starts and there's like a crescendo.
Yeah,
then it's the outro,
and the violins too. Like, and then the
that's right. It's got that killer violin
and the horse sample. You can hear it in the end.
Can you?
Like a horse just neighing, like really, like just like
really,
a horse is just screaming, and like you can hear that sound in the end.
I had no idea.
They had a sample of it.
I probably don't know because I never put headphones on and listen to it.
Well, we'll do that.
We'll do that later on. Yeah, it's so good, man. It's a really cool song. It's not a bad movie at all. I think the Val Kilmer movie is the best of those two. But they had that Val Kilmer, the suit. They just released that thing on YouTube.
Really?
Where they had like Murphy and Bale and some other dude. I can't remember what his name is. They showed their auditions for Batman. All three of them, all wearing the Kilmer suit.
Yeah.
All playing opposite of Lois Lane there. What's her name? That the girl who plays Lois Lane? The lady. Not the girl. They get mad when they say that. The little ginger who looks like she's always going to cry or just finished crying.
The one from Arrival.
Yeah. Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
She plays the Rachel opposite to their Batman. You never really see her. But they show how all three of them played Bruce Wayne in the same scene and Batman in the same scene. They're all wearing the nipple suit.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Yeah, I think looks wise, I think I would put Val Kilmer number 1.
You mean for how he looked as Batman?
Just as a Batman, like behind the mask.
Okay.
I'd put Val Kilmer number 1. I put Christian Bale number 2 and Michael Keaton number 3.
Out of out of all of them. Out of all the Batman.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
I think you could make the case for all three of them, I think.
You could.
Yeah, they all look good.
They all look really good in it.
Yeah.
I got a special place in my heart for Batfleck.
Oh, he's not bad.
I thought he did an amazing. In my head, he is the grown-up version of the animated series.
Yeah.
Like the way he moves, the way he had the fight in the warehouse, like everything he does. He's such a good Batman that I don't know why he takes shit for Batfleck. He was so much better than people give him credit for.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
Phenomenal Batman.
I'm just thinking, for pure looks, I would go those three and I put Affleck at the bottom, but not like because he's bad.
No, I think I might even put him at number 1.
That's fine.
Yeah, I agree. Your list is fine. I like that you think my list is fine too. But just weirdly enough, I got that kid really came out to play.
I think for me, it's also because I'm a huge Val Kilmer fan. Also.
Yeah, Iceman's Iceman.
Yeah.
I mean, the tooth bite.
Doc Holliday's Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday's Doc
Jim
Holliday.
Morrison.
Let me tell you something. I always hated Jim Morrison, so I think I hated Val Kilmer in that movie.
I think, I'm not a huge Jim Morrison fan. There's music. I do like the Doors.
They're overrated.
But like
Riders in the Storm. What else you got?
Yeah, but
I dare you to tell me what else I got.
But the fact that he sang all the songs.
Yeah.
That's
pretty cool. He did, huh? He sang all the music in the movie.
Top Secret.
Top Secret's pretty great.
Yeah, his best movie.
Top Secret might be his best movie. Backward Scene.
Yeah.
Top Secret might be Peter Cushing.
Yeah, name me one. That's probably one of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, Top Secret is ridiculous.
If you haven't seen Top Secret, go watch Top Secret.
It's all Easter eggs.
Yeah.
The movie is just Easter eggs all the way through.
And it's if you like Airplane, if you love Naked Gun 1, 2, 3,
Monty Python,
if you like all that stuff, and you haven't seen that movie, go watch Top Secret. It is so freaking. It's his first role.
Was that? Yeah, it was his first movie, wasn't it? God, that's really.
And he was
good.
the star of that movie, and he knocked it out of the park.
He's got like a dance number. Like he does everything.
And he sings all the songs in there.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, he's Juilliard trained.
I'm not surprised at all. Man, I was talking to my cousin about Snuffbox the other day. Matt Berry, Snuffbox. I just rewatched a lot of it on YouTube, and it's the same kind of humor. And we just don't have anything that gives us that anymore. Like that's it. It's over. Like we no longer have the Zucker kind of like weird thing where a guy walks into a room and asks a question, gets beat up for no reason, and asks the same question and gets beat up by somebody else. Like we don't get that stuff anymore. A dance number in the middle of a dinner scene, a backwards scene.
Oh yeah.
Peter Cushing's giant eye.
Yeah.
Like you just don't have that shit.
The
anymore.
lineup of all the rebels.
Yeah. You don't have it anymore. It's over.
And chocolate mousse.
Let's see what else you got.
Yeah.
Jim Lee says that the fans should unite for a Snyder Cut. It's not. Again, he said he doesn't want it to go out there like a clickbaity. Yeah, of Justice League.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't think that fans, or he doesn't want a clickbaity kind of title that says Jim Lee demands a Snyder Cut.
No, he's like, you guys go out there and fight for it.
Go out there and fight for it because it's probably doable.
Okay.
I think it's not, but it's probably doable.
That's good, but okay, I tried it watching that movie again.
Did you?
I could not watch more than 10 minutes.
Man,
I tapped out.
It surprised me on a fourth watch. It was one of those things where I think my expectations were so low that I was so hard on it. Like I was so ready to shit on it when I watch it again. I was like, what am I getting mad about?
Okay, yeah.
What am I getting mad at?
Okay, see, that's the approach I should take.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like,
you're watching like a film.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was like,
fan.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was like, I looked at it and I'm like, hey, let me just see if it has any redeeming qualities, right? I'm like, I watched it and I just said, this is terrible. I can't believe.
Yeah.
Because the movie looks like it's unfinished.
It does.
That's why I didn't like it.
There's holes in it.
I'm like, you let this go into theaters, and this was your answer to the Avengers, and I'm like, you let this out into the world?
Yeah,
I'm like, I can't believe this left the editing room as is. And
yeah, it's rough. I mean,
it looks like. And then I fast forwarded through it. Sorry to interrupt, but I kind of fast forwarded through it. I'm like, the tone is different.
It is.
It feels like it's a Frankenstein movie.
You can definitely see it in the color palette in a lot of the scenes. You can see it in some of the things that were said. Like I think there's a joke that if I'm not mistaken, I think
and this looks terrible.
Oh, the mouth is awful. The Cavill stash is brutal.
Terrible.
But there's a scene I believe that might have been a Zack Snyder scene that was cut after he left about when Aquaman is throwing shit in the Batcave.
Yeah.
And Batman says to him, "Hey, stop throwing things. A lot of my shit explodes." And they cut that to where he just says, "Don't throw things," and it cuts.
Yeah,
and it feels jarring. Like once you know those things, it kind of messes your love of the movie up.
No, that's totally true.
But I will say, as far as the individual performances go, I thought they all did a pretty great job. As much as I am a big fan of the TV version of The Flash, that kid's Flash in that is Barry Allen was like, he's so unsure of himself, like the way he doesn't want to really do a whole lot because he thinks he's the worst member of the team. Like he really conveys a lot of that insecurity that you get from that era of The Flash.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I think it's I think my biggest thing, and I looked at the budget for that movie too, and I'm like, I just looked at it and I was like, I'm like, this does not look like a $250 million movie. I'm like, this looks like they spent that money trying to correct mistakes that are glaringly not fixed yet.
I'll tell you, for the amount of money they spent, have you seen that Russian Avengers? the Russian Avengers movie?
No. It's
not the Avengers, but it's like a Russian superhero team where a guy transforms into a bear, another guy is like the comrade. Like it's one of those things. If you go to YouTube and just punch in Russian Avengers, it kind of pops up.
Yeah.
But that movie, I don't think had a $250 million budget. I think it had a $200 budget.
Yeah.
And it's actually not that far off looks-wise to Justice League, realistically. When you think about what kind of money both teams are working with, it's not that far off. Like it is a lot, but when you think about how much money how much of a gap there is in budget, you forgive that Russian Avengers a lot more.
Yeah, because it just looks like there was like just wasted money. They're like, okay, they threw us money on this and this, and like I didn't think the script was was done well.
Well, I'll tell you what that money went to was Ben Affleck, Zack Snyder, Joss Whedon, the producers.
Yeah,
like a lot of that money was paying people.
Yeah.
And paying for marketing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think a lot of money went into the actual production of the movie.
And then the reshoots and like, just awful. I was watching, I'm like, I'm getting...
When did you watch it last?
2 months ago.
Okay, so realistically, it's fresh in your head. What... And you do. It's not like it's going to be like nothing. But what sets do you remember? Clearly remember, because I remember a few.
Okay, remember the Batcave?
Okay.
I remember... That's about it.
Yeah, the final fight. You know where that happened? Like in the Chernobyl area.
Yeah, and and the Batmobile flight. It just looked like you could. I don't know.
What I'm getting at is where'd the money go for the sets?
Yeah.
Who I get you got a Batcave.
Yeah, like and everything is just. Like, I understand you have to green screen everything. Maybe that's because I don't like any like big special effects movies. Right? I'm not a huge fan of them. But like that was terrible.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah. Like it just sucks you right out of the movie.
Was that sound effect? Nice. Yeah. That's a good one. That was a tight sound effect.
But do you see what I'm saying?
I do. I see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like they're okay. I thought Avengers like Infinity War was like some of the scenes in there was like okay that was like I can see when Spider-Man's like standing by the loop and stuff like that. And all that stuff. I'm like, that does not look good. And then I'm such a hater. And then, but
I feel like you're just hating.
Yeah, no,
on Avengers. Yeah, but anyway,
but when you see it when it's that bad, it's just like, is there any way you could have done that practically?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, like I'm like that looks terrible. Like even if you couldn't do it practically, let's say you had the computer power and you had like your special effects team was able to fix that. There's no way in hell if I was the director. There's no way in hell I would have looked at that on the monitor and be like, okay, guys, let's see what the final take looks like. And we put our 3D glasses on. We're watching it. And I'm like, I look at it. I'll be like, hey guys, and like, what the hell was that?
Hey guys, I need you to shut the studio, get the gasoline. We're burning this mother down.
Exactly. I'm like, I told you I wanted this and this and this, and now that it's rendered, it took us like 6 months to render everything.
Yes.
It looks like that.
This is how bad it looks.
Look at Infinity War and look at what we are.
Yeah. That's same kind of like build up.
Yeah.
Teams. 10-year journey, 5-year journey.
We're not hiding this from anybody. Everyone knows what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And this is what we're choosing to show people.
Yeah.
And you're surprised that this thing is going to bomb?
Awful.
Like what the fuck? Like that's the thing. I was watching this movie. All these thoughts are going through my head.
That's all you could think about.
That's all. I'm just computing like at the end of like why this movie bombed.
I did that exact same thing on the first watch when I was on that plane.
Yeah.
I watched the entire thing on the plane, hated on it from beginning to end, couldn't remember barely any of it, and I was so down on it. And then I did that thing where I was like, this is the worst movie ever. But I'm going to give it a go. Maybe there's something here. But I was just absolutely certain I was about to watch a steaming pile of shit. I was going to watch poop be dumped on screen. I was going to watch that poop just dry out for 2 hours. I was going to end up with this crusty little turd, and somehow they're gonna polish that into something I could watch. That's where I was, and surprisingly, I think because I went in so hard, like I went in so hard on that thing, on hate. I was on full hate mode, and I walked away going like, I can't be mad. Why am I mad? I can't.
Yeah, that's admirable.
Oh, thank you.
No, it is because there's no way.
It took me a long time to get that place.
I can't subscribe to that mindset when it comes to watching
Martin
movies.
Scorsese.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, no, I know you can't.
Yeah, it's sad. It's a weakness.
No, I don't think it is a weakness. I think it's a love of real filmmaking. A love of the craft. A love of the art. Yeah, and the time and effort and just like genuine effort to make the best possible product.
Yeah, I like it when special effects are used well.
Yeah,
like
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay, Ninja Turtles, for example, right? The 1990s one. That was really well done, right? A movie that has like great special effects that I loved. It's not the best movie, but I loved it for just for what it was. I love the original. Was Tron Legacy.
There you go.
That's a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
It's pure special effects, but I love it.
But really, it kept you in.
It kept me in, right?
Yeah.
And cause I love the story, and the special effects were done correctly.
Yes.
And so
that movie did a remarkable job.
Yeah.
It looked beautiful.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, it has to. That's the thing for me. It has to look beautiful.
Yeah.
Not where I I know nothing about making special effects, okay? But I know when it's inserted and there's a green screen, okay? When there's too much of that, yeah, that's when it sucks me right out.
That's when you're gone.
I'm gone. I'm like, yeah, I'm tapped out.
And I do appreciate that. I appreciate that somebody can do that. I do that. I do that on a lot of stuff. There's there are things like that I will watch and I will expect it to be the best thing I've seen because you sold it that way to me. And if it's not, I'm gonna crap all over it. I did that for Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I do exactly what you did for Justice League. I do to Man of Steel.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
I will give anybody who wants to debate whether or not that's a bad movie. I'll sit on the side if it's an awful movie. I will tell you why. The Walking Dead. Tons of practical effects. It's like 90% practical effects. And people love that thing. I will rip that shit to shreds. And I'll crush your ever-living soul. Ever-living? Loving? Ever-living.
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 Yeah.
I said it right the first time. I'll edit that. I will crush your ever-living soul on why that show is so bad. Why I should have ended the second they left the quarry in the first season. They left when they get the RV out. That show should have ended right there.
Yeah,
that was a perfect arc.
I don't know because I think I don't like.
I crap on a lot of shit, so I do see where you're coming from.
No, we both do, right?
Yeah. The craft, right?
It's the craft. Yeah, I can appreciate those guys who were hardworking and they made the movie. Yeah, that's one thing, right? But like, those movies will be like. They won't be remembered like how Ray Harryhausen movies have been
exactly. Remembered. No, that's a great point.
Okay, so like they won't like you'll look back at Avengers and be like, man, that was just like American filmmaking on its knees when it comes to special effects. Like it hasn't. We're like, okay, we can see this. I'm like, I can make that on my phone.
Well, I will say that like the more I look at the people who were involved in Avengers. And the people who were involved in the way Thanos moves, and when you actually start looking at what they did to get it to that point, it's pretty remarkable.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah,
his porous stretch.
Oh yeah,
like it is pretty insane that you can get to that point. But then you go back and look at Gollum, and you see how well that was done in its time 15 years ago.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, we really haven't done that much.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's for the amount of money we're spending now and the amount of technology that's out there now and the teams that we've got. The leap has not been that big.
No, it hasn't at all. Like if you look at Gollum from like Return of the King and stuff like that, he looks incredible.
Oh yeah, like the leap from Two Towers to Return of the King, the CG was so much better.
So much better, yeah. And so, I think it's movies that can like stand the test of time. I think like when it comes to practical effects and making them look good, those are the movies that are like those don't age.
No.
They don't age at all.
Again, I'll go back to it. I'll beat the dead horse for the last time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles.
It looks incredible now because it's real. They're tangible. In reality, April can touch Leonardo or Raphael or pat Mikey on the head. When he rolls his eyes, it looks real because there's a real light hitting a real thing and real reflection on an actual glass eye that Jim Henson had his guys craft.
Exactly.
You know, so I mean, we forgive it so much more.
Did the people who did the special effects for the Ninja Turtles, did they do the Guyver live action movie as well?
I feel the wasn't Mark Hamill involved in that somehow too, right? I think
he was the Guyver. He was Sho Fukumachi.
He might have been.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they might have been. I don't know for sure, but I kind of feel like we've talked about this before. And somebody told us that. Like somebody brought that up. Where they're the same guys.
I think like
the same.
I think I might have.
Maybe.
We'll check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Oh man, that was kind of a big one.
Yeah.
We had a lot going on today.
That fled by. That flew.
It flew.
Holy shit! That was a long one.
That was a long one.
I didn't even notice the time flew by.
That's because we're damn good at what we do, homie.
Yep.
We are damn good at what we do.
That was a good one.
You know who's not damn good at what they do? WrestleMania. Because that's not that. Yeah, they're actually very good at what they do, but they're getting canceled. They're not going to happen this year because potentially not because Florida's putting the ban on the big meetings of people.
Yeah.
So Hulk Hogan got into amazing shape to take part in WrestleMania. Good. I hate Hulk Hogan. Yeah. I do not like Hulk Hogan. But he got into great shape to be in WrestleMania. No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, WrestleMania's not happening. NHL's not happening. NBA's not happening.
It's all
everything's canceled.
Oh shit! Tomorrow's SmackDown is going to happen at the Performance Center in front of like a tiny ass crowd. Oh. I mean, like less than 100 people. It's going to be incredible.
Well, you know what? That's good for them.
Good for them.
They can see something that they wouldn't be able to afford, maybe. So.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a different WrestleMania. We could do one with no fans, give them all their money back, and do something crazy.
E3's canceled.
E3 is canceled. Something else massive. The Apple reveal got canceled. So there's a lot going on that's just not happening anymore.
Yeah.
But again, maybe this is the reset we all needed, and get our minds right.
You know what? Nobody's leaving their house that much, so no one's driving their car. So pollution is
going down. There's an upside.
Yeah, there's an upside to everything, man.
So maybe Mother Nature will see that and be like, maybe I won't kill them after all, and she'll slow down the way coronavirus works.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I think we hit everything. Oh, I was mad about Harrison Ford. I no longer want to see Harrison Ford in a movie.
Oh, but
unless he's Han Solo or Indiana Jones.
There is another Indiana Jones movie coming out.
Well, that's the only thing I care about.
Yep. And
I didn't even care about Crystal Skull, but I'm kind of sick of Harrison Ford. I'm sick of his grumpy old man shtick.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sick of his like, I'm the guy who knows all the stuff. Like you're a guy who built houses, became an actor. You never wanted to do it anyway, and that shows now more than ever. You even ruined Call of the Wild. You even ruined that. Just go away. Oh, yeah. I need him to take a break now.
Yeah. That was a paycheck movie.
It was a paycheck movie. Could have been so much better.
Yeah.
And it's like it's close to us as like Northerners, like people in the northern country.
Oh yeah.
You know, Call of the Wild is like one of those things bred as little kids and we're reading books and shit.
Yeah.
So to see him biff that, I'm like,
yeah. But I'll give him this: in Blade Runner 2049, he was excellent.
Is he good?
He's good.
You know what?
You know why? Because he doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to try.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, he's one of the reasons I'm not watching that.
Yeah, he's very somber because the movie's very somber, right? So yeah, he's Harrison Ford in the movie.
It's not like a hard hitting action movie. It's like a detective-y kind of thing.
It's both.
It's kind of both, huh?
But it's more of a visual movie.
Yeah, I'll probably
like he's not in the movie that much, and but
oh really?
No.
Oh good.
Yeah, it's mostly Ryan Gosling, but like you don't. But even then, you don't pay attention. Just look at the background.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that as a living wallpaper.
Yeah,
more than a Harrison Ford hate fest. I'm tired. I'm more tired of Harrison Ford than he is of the world.
I was glad when he died in Star Wars. I was like, good.
Now I don't have to watch him for the next two crappy movies.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Rise of Skywalker. Never gonna see it.
I have not. Like I said, I will watch it when it comes my way, and I haven't paid money for it. But I'm not going to pay money for it. And Disney is not getting my cheddar.
I'm not watching it at all.
I'm definitely curious.
I'm not curious,
but it's going to have to show up like on over the air television, where they ain't getting my funds.
I think I'm not going to watch it. And I can't watch it with anybody else because like the problem is that I'm just going to be shitting on.
It's an alone watch.
Yeah, I'll be like, what? Who cares?
It's definitely an alone watch. Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah. I can't do that either.
Because I know we know what happened behind the scenes, so I can't enjoy the final product. Because I know it's just an amalgamation of like a bunch of people who were just
Star Wars Justice Warriors.
Yeah, and George Lucas just getting absolutely just crapped on. So
that's what it should have been called. Star Justice Wars.
Yeah.
The SJW. The SJW Strikes Back.
Yeah. Did you? By the way, did you see that round table of those of Tom Cruise, Ewan McGregor, what's his face?
Was it all deep fakes?
Deep fakes, yeah.
I've heard of it. I don't know I haven't seen it.
Okay, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But the funniest one is the funniest person in that group is Tom Cruise.
Is it the same guys who did the Tom Cruise deep fake in The Office?
Yeah, you know that guy.
Because he's pretty good.
Yeah, you know that Tom Cruise impersonator?
Yeah.
It's him.
Yeah, he's quite tight.
Yeah, he's amazing. And then with him...
Well, he's crazy, Tom Cruise.
Because just watch, even his like facial reactions when other people are talking, it's so funny.
Because he does that, right? Like, you ever see him on the Graham Norton show?
Yeah.
Like, when other people are talking, he just looks amazed that he's with humans. Like he's how like Zuckerberg always looks like he has to pretend to be a human.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is just blown away that he's with humans.
Yeah.
He's an alien wearing a human suit. He's Xenu, come to Earth, and he's just blown away by people.
Oh yeah, like and even his side comments when Jeff Goldblum was talking, and he's like, Jeff Goldblum's like, yeah, you know, when we do this, and it's fantastic. Then they go cut back to Tom Cruise. He's like, yeah, I love this guy.
I'll definitely give it a watch. I do like that crazy, like eyes wide open.
Yeah, he's like I like Tom Cruise, but he's insane.
He's kook.
Yeah, but
he's a kook.
I wish that guy the best. I think he's generally a good person. So
I think so. Yeah. I don't think there's malice. I think he's part of an organization that is shady as hell.
Yeah,
and he's in too deep. He'll never go out. But when it comes right down to it, I think if like a Xenu landed on the planet, he'd probably be like, I told you guys, and something else landed and said there's no Xenu. It's all bullshit. He'd be like, bummer.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got any ill will in him at all. I think
he'd be like
he's baseline.
Yeah, he'd be like
in a kooky way.
Yeah, anything that can make his life better.
Yeah.
I think he goes like full in.
Yeah, even the thing with the pills and the mental illness and all that crap he did with the Brooke Shields stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there was any kind of malice there. I don't think he's trying to be like, you guys don't know. I need to buy my drugs instead.
No, that's just like for comparison's sake, that's like someone just forcing their religion on someone.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
I mean, he's trying to make you better.
Yeah.
By being on his team.
Yeah, it works for me.
Yes.
But so
it must work for you.
It'll work for you for sure. And then who's that guy who was interviewing him?
The rapist.
The rapist.
Oh, he's not a rapist. He's a gropey Joe.
Yeah, the guy who
Gropey Joe.
Yeah, the guy
Matt Lauer.
Matt Lauer. So when Matt Lauer lost his job.
Yeah.
Matt Lauer lost his job. Okay, so let's put it that way.
Well, he's touchy-feely.
Yeah, he's touchy-feely.
He takes his dick out.
Yeah, so like he was just like.
Well, he was being glib.
He was being glib.
He kind of was though.
But he was like, but he stayed. But it's good to stay steadfast against Tom Cruise.
Well, it gives him nowhere to go, right?
Yeah,
like it does take some stones.
Yeah,
because Tom Cruise is pretty enigmatic. Like he's a presence.
He's a presence, yeah.
And then for you to kind of like,
he's a 5'4" presence, but he's a presence.
He's a 5'4" presence. There's the title of this episode.
Yeah,
a 5'4" presence. No, but he is a presence. Like he is. He's always exuding.
Yeah, he radiates.
He radiates.
Yeah.
And for you to kind of like hold your ground, you know, when the gorilla is charging at you, they say don't run.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of balls not to run. When the gorilla doesn't attack you, that's what Matt Lauer did.
Oh yeah.
For all the taking his dick out and touchy-feely, he stood in front of that 5'4" gorilla.
Yeah.
And he didn't move.
Yeah, he didn't move. Yeah. So, if you had to if you had a choice to be Tom Cruise or Will Smith, who would you?
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Heartbeat. I do not want anything to do with a weird religion, man. Will Smith in a heartbeat, unless he's also a secret Scientologist.
Yeah, I think he is too. I think he's weird too.
He's Scientology adjacent. Like he's right there, right? But I mean, for all we know, he's not. So if you had to ask me right now, what would it be? I'd be like Will Smith in a heartbeat.
I think I'd want to know more about Tom Cruise than I would want to know about Will Smith.
I want to know nothing else about Tom Cruise.
Because I want to talk. I don't want to talk about his personal stuff. I just want to talk about his movies. Because I like his movies better than Will Smith's movies.
I think I'll just talk to the guys who make them with him.
Yeah. If I want to talk about just life and just kick it, Will Smith in a second.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah. It's Will Smith was kind of fucked up for a while.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, now that the Facebook thing they're doing, there's a lot of he's very open about all of his problems, right?
Yeah. I would grill him with like I would just grill him with like to be honest, man, like I thought you were like Tom Cruise kind of weird.
I thought you were like Tom Cruise adjacent.
What made you think that? I'm like, trust me, man, that's the vibe you're giving off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you were kind of holding hands with them, like hanging kodos.
Yeah.
And asking what's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I go to India. I'm like, I've seen that in India. Like, when two guys hold their pinkies together. I'm like, you guys are like, kind of like that. So
that's a little odd when you see that out there. You see that in a lot of places in the world. And then two guys walk by holding hands, or the pinky thing.
Yeah.
It's I've had a bunch of theories about why that's super accepted there, and why some other things might be kind of hiding in plain sight. But I've talked about that in depth. I think that's time for another podcast.
Yeah.
But I do think there's a lot going on there. It's a lot of it. You're looking at like that's kind of nice. Like, that's kind of nice that you guys can do that, and really face no hate from a society that otherwise would hate that.
No, because they outnumber.
They outnumber, right?
They outnumber the people who don't like it.
They outnumber the people who don't like it. But then again, there's all the rapes. So I guess there's that too. So I'm like, you let one thing slide, but there's all the rapes.
Well, there's India's biggest problem has always been India. So
India's biggest problem has always been India. That's a good place to end it.
Yep,
I think the music's been going on for quite some time.
All right.
I will say that is a show, and if you did enjoy this episode, like it, share it,
share it,
subscribe Smash that like button.
Yeah, and send us ideas. What you want us to talk about?
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
The whole idea is we want to grow and we want to get bigger and we want to get better, and then we can include a lot more of our listeners locally, at least, into this, and we can do more stuff.
Yep.
And that doesn't really happen unless you actually hit the like button or make a comment or say something. I don't care if it's good or bad. Say whatever you want to say. Did you like it? You liked it. Did you hate it? Tell me you hated it. I'm not gonna read any of it.
No, read it.
But I would appreciate that if you
like it,
just be vocal.
Yeah, we can talk about anything.
We'll talk about whatever.
Yep.
That's it.
Peace out.